It's time to take control of your journey towards chess mastery. Magnus Carlsen introduces Chessable, the definitive solution for studying chess. Move Trainer uses the science of spaced repetition to identify your strengths and eliminate your weaknesses. There's no need to set up a board, remember which page you're on, or keep track of all the moves you miss. Move Trainer empowers you to go from the opening to the end game with confidence. It's a seamless, effective, and fun way to study chess. Choose from one of the largest online chess libraries in the world, with hundreds of titles ranging from classic books through to our exclusive Chessable courses, including over 100 free courses. Get expert insights from International Master John Bartholomew, Grandmaster Sam Shankland, International Master Christoph Sulecki, Grandmaster Simon Williams, World Champion Magnus Carlsen, and hundreds of other instructors. Get started now and join our growing community of over 100,000 chess enthusiasts at chessable.com. Chessable, take control of your journey towards chess mastery.
Hi there, it's me, John Chess, inventor of chess. And are you sick of sucking at chess? Well, lucky for you, I have also invented Aim Chess. Look at this chess puzzle. Did you solve it? Of course not, that's because you're not using Aim Chess. Aim Chess is a digital chess trainer that helps you improve by creating unique lessons based on your recent games. Just link your chess.com or Lichess account and feel that brain wrinkle. Yeah, see, you shouldn't have blundered your queen just there. Now I know! Thanks, Aim Chess! Now all that's left to figure out is how that funny horse moves. They even got acquired by that one chess player other than Hikaru, so you know it's good. Hi, it's me, that guy I just mentioned, and I am the best chess man in the world. But thanks to Aim Chess, I also have a girlfriend now as well. This could be you! Personalized training, game reports and analysis disease, study plans, thick, luscious hair, intuition builder, all this and more available on Aim Chess.
Hello?
Courtney, did you know that Aim Chess users improve their ratings 43% faster than average?
What?
So what are you waiting for? Join Aim Chess today. Links will be somewhere, probably. I don't know, I just made the video. Aim Chess. Sign up now and get 50k silver and 2 free months off your VPN. Now that's what I call a Queen's Gambit. That's so fucking dumb. Aim Chess. For when you aim to chess. That's their slogan. That's what they say. Ready, aim, chess. That's another. Look, just sign up for Aim Chess, okay? Just, come on, literally, why not? Alright, just stop being a dick for like 5 seconds and just go, alright? Jesus Christ.
Chessable, the definitive solution for studying chess. Choose from one of the largest online chess libraries in the world, with hundreds of titles ranging from classic books through to our exclusive Chessable courses.
Welcome everybody. My name is Jan Pomnishi, former world chess champion.
Are starting a new course here for Chessable.
A very special Chessable course.
Master your chess with Judith Bolger.
You know what? I learned a lot.
This whole concept of just bulldozing the Black King, jumping in there with the Queen, and making sure the Rook comes in with a ladder mate is everything this chapter is about. The point is, I don't want you to get a move that's not in the course and go, I don't know what to do! 92% of games get to this position. From this position, white is winning about 60-70% of the time. And I think if you learn these lines, that very easily could be 75% or 80% for you.
doesn't look like much, but neither would a Sicilian defense to the untrained eye. This is a performance enhancer. You don't see it? How about now? Manage your air quality, sharpen your performance, change the game with Airthings.
for your eyes, lips for your lips, skin for your skin, sing for your skin. Feel it down, 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 down. Think about it later. Feel it down, 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 down. Think about it later. Feel it down, 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 down. Think about it later. Feel it down, 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 down. Think about it later. All I ever wanna be is eyes for your eyes, lips for your lips, skin for your skin, sing for your skin.
It's time to take control of your journey towards chess mastery. Magnus Carlsen introduces Chessable, the definitive solution for studying chess. Move Trainer uses the science of spaced repetition to identify your strengths and eliminate your weaknesses. There's no need to set up a board, remember which page you're on, or keep track of all the moves you miss. Move Trainer empowers you to go from the opening to the end game with confidence. It's a seamless, effective, and fun way to study chess. Choose from one of the largest online chess libraries in the world, with hundreds of titles ranging from classic books through to our exclusive Chessable courses, including over 100 free courses. Get expert insights from International Master John Bartholomew, Grandmaster Sam Shankland, International Master Christoph Sulecki, Grandmaster Simon Williams, World Champion Magnus Carlsen, and hundreds of other instructors. Get started now and join our growing community of over 100,000 chess enthusiasts at chessable.com. Chessable, take control of your journey towards chess mastery.
Hi there. It's me, John Chess, inventor of chess. And are you sick of sucking at chess? Well, lucky for you, I have also invented aim chess. Look at this chess puzzle. Did you solve it? Of course not, that's because you're not using Aim Chess. Aim Chess is a digital chess trainer that helps you improve by creating unique lessons based on your recent games. Just link your chess.com or Chess account and feel that brain wrinkle. Yeah, see, you shouldn't have blundered your queen just there. Now I know! Thanks, Aim Chess! Now all that's left to figure out is how that funny horse moves. They even got acquired by that one chess player other than Hikaru, so you know it's good. Hi, it's me, that guy I just mentioned, and I am the best chess man in the world. But thanks to Aim Chess, I also have a girlfriend now as well. This could be you! Personalized training, game reports and analysis disease, study plans, thick, luscious hair, intuition builder, all this and more available on Aim Chess.
Hello?
Courtney, did you know that Aim Chess users improve their ratings 43% faster than average?
What?
So what are you waiting for? Join Aim Chess today. Links will be somewhere, probably. I don't know, I just made the video. Aim Chess. Sign up now and get 50k silver and 2 free months off your VPN. Now that's what I call a Queen's Gambit. That's so fucking dumb. Aim Chess. For when you aim to chess. That's their slogan. That's what they say. Ready, aim, chess. That's another. Look, just sign up for Aim Chess, okay? Just, come on, literally, why not? Alright, just stop being a dick for like 5 seconds and just go, alright? Jesus Christ.
Chessable, the definitive solution for studying chess. Choose from one of the largest online chess libraries in the world, with hundreds of titles ranging from classic books through to our exclusive Chessable courses.
Welcome everybody. My name is Jan Pomnishi, former world chess champion.
Are starting a new course here for Chessable.
A very special Chessable course.
Master your chess with Judith Bolgar.
You know what? I learned a lot.
This whole concept of just bulldozing the Black King, jumping in there with the Queen, and making sure the Rook comes in with a ladder mate is everything this chapter is about.
Everything this chapter is about.
The point is, I don't want you to get a move that's not in the course and go, I don't know what to do. 92% of games get to this position. From this position, white is winning about 60-70% of the time. And I think if you learn these lines, that very easily could be 75% or 80% for you.
It doesn't look like much, but neither would a Sicilian defense to the untrained eye. This is a performance enhancer. You don't see it? How about now? Manage your air quality, sharpen your performance, change the game with Airthings.
Hello everybody, welcome to the penultimate day of the Airthings Masters. We have 2 matches in store today, and it's survival time. Magnus Carlsen is chilling in Toronto waiting for his opponent in the grand final, but we don't know who it's gonna be yet. First, we have Wesley So versus Arjun Erigaisi as the losers bracket semifinal. Then, whoever wins that one, face Hikaru Nakamura, who lost his dramatic match yesterday to Magnus, and they will play the losers final. But whoever wins that losers final is far from a loser, because he makes it to the big final against Magnus Carlsen and can still win the whole thing. Peter Leko, did I describe that right? Any other info we need?
Yeah, hello Jan, hello everyone. I think almost everything had been said, but there is one more very important catch, that Arjun Erigaisi and Wesley So are actually fighting for the spot for the next event. Whoever wins this match, whoever wins this loser semifinal, guarantees a direct spot to Division 1 in the next event coming up in April. Very important. We know, we have seen the qualification, the playoff. It was incredibly tough. No guarantee at all that you can end up being back to Division 1. So super important match for both of them.
Yeah. Wesley So was his usual solid self, lost the Armageddon to Hikaru Nakamura, but he has a second chance to redeem himself today, win against Erigaisi, get another shot versus Hikaru, and maybe make it to the final. Of course, the same thing applies to Erigaisi, who lost a very, very tough, very close match to Mr. Carlsen himself, and once again has shown that he's absolute world class, especially in this rapid format. Hard to pick a favorite. I have so much respect for Wesley's solidity that to my mind he's always a small favorite, but we've seen Arjun, especially in complex positions, really calculating perfectly, always fighting back. It's never easy against Erigaisi, even if he gets into some trouble. Who you got?
Yeah, I perfectly agree. I also have tons of respect for Wesley. What we have seen from Arjun last year in the Champions Chess Tour, also this year so far, he has been only knocked out by Magnus Carlsen, also in the Armageddon game. So far, everyone who is now in the losers bracket, Arjun, Wesley, and also Hikaru, they have only been knocked out due to the Armageddon factor. So lot to play for. I think all these players are burning for revenge. Magnus is chilling there in Toronto, that's for sure. He gets an extra free day. He will be very happy about it, but tomorrow he will have to be back with his A game to meet one of these guys who will get to the grand final.
We should also note that none of these guys have lost a match against somebody else than Magnus Carlsen or Hikaru Nakamura. Like Carlsen kicked out Erigaisi and Nakamura, kicked them to the loser bracket, and Wesley was sent there by Hikaru. So this is the creme de la creme. Speaking of Erigaisi, he also had an amazing showing in the World Rapid Championship over the board. I don't even know his final standing, but if you look at who he faced there and his performance, there was an absolutely insane performance, just playing the best of the best every game and making a huge plus score. He's just amazing in Rapid. I don't feel like he's an outsider even against Wesley So, the winner of the Global Chess Championship and all around.
Yeah, also let's not forget, because one of the things Wesley is now very proud, mentioning in the interview, that he has won 2 title Tuesdays on Tuesday, on the day when he faced Hikaru Nakamura, which just shows that this is some new element in Wesley's chess. I don't really recall him winning too many title Tuesdays, but winning 2 on the very same day, it shows that he's very sharp.
I don't like it. You play Hikaru that day, don't play all these title Tuesdays. Of course you're good, Wesley, but come on. There's plenty of days where you don't have a match against Nakamura where you can play title Tuesdays.
Yeah, to be fair, I think the first one was before and probably the second one was after. I'm only speculating. I'm also not exactly sure with all the timings.
Yeah, one was before for sure, but I think only one. Yeah, that's correct.
Yes. So, well, and Arjun yesterday, this match against Gukesh, he looked very sharp. I mean, that was an insane performance by Arigaishi. He carries the momentum. He's so dangerous in all these Champions Chess Tours. He loves this format. He has tons of experience with all these matches. And I don't think that Wesley and Arjun have really faced each other. So it's also a big question it's clash of styles, that's already for sure. But who will benefit? Yeah, who will be able to impose his will, his kind of position on the opponent?
Yeah, they played a draw in Vaikanzee in their only classical game. There were a bunch of rapid games. I think Wesley is up 2-1, but very small sample size, so not much that we can read into it. And Arjun, it feels like he's improving, he's learning all the time still. Now think about Arjun, which I'm not sure how much it helps, but it certainly can't hurt. He has stability now because of this amazing sponsorship deal he got. He gets 300K per year for training, traveling, and whatever he needs. So he doesn't have to worry too much about where the money's coming from. And that is also very helpful in this weird profession, of course. So congratulations to him on getting that huge deal.
Yeah, absolutely. That's massive. I mean, he can just focus on his improvement, on his chess. Train, play as much as you can. And we have seen that he has the talent. It's super interesting. Also, I'm happy that basically due to the sponsorship, probably more sponsors will be encouraged to support the young players. And if the young players will get more and more sponsorships, then they can, all the more improve faster and faster. It's super important. Also gives you stability also for your family. You never have to worry about things like, okay, what will happen with my son later or whatever. It's very nice.
Absolutely. And he has, I think, a full-time coach now, our friend Srinath Narayanan. So, yeah, the future looks great for Arjun Erigaisi. But the present is Wesley So, the man from Minnetonka, who is incredibly well prepared, never makes any big mistakes. How do you ever win a game against Wesley? That's the big question. No one match in the Vaikanzee tournament. And yeah, you can't rely on the Armageddon being black and making a draw to eliminate him.
Absolutely not. There is also a little bit different dynamic now because they only play 2 games. Yeah, it's not 4 games matches. I don't know. What do you think? That whom does it favor, or it just doesn't favor anyone? It's equal.
I don't think it matters that much. I can't think if anybody of them could be a bit of a slow starter. For Arjun, it's probably good, although he's used to it by now, that he doesn't have to play till 3 a.m. and then play the Armageddon, but that it's a little earlier, although it's still late in India. For Wesley, he's probably an early bird. He's up there in the US. Hard to say if it favors anybody. My money is on 2 draws, and whoever gets black in the Armageddon moves on. But of course, the players also know about being black in the Armageddon. So they will, if it comes there, have an interesting bidding procedure.
Yeah, we have seen Magnus was also saying that one thing we should give him credit for was his bidding sense. Yeah, that he really sensed what Hikaru is aiming for and outbidded him with 1 second. That was truly dramatic. We also have seen Hikaru was smiling. I wonder if he already felt that, oh no, I'm not happy about it. But definitely had his chance. So I kind of like that game very much, that we could also see that with White, you have excellent chances. Yeah, because if he would have made a good 1-2 decision or around move 20, it could have been a completely different outcome. It's not a given at all that black is the one who is heavily favored in these Armageddons.
No, and by nature, it should be fair. No, if black is the one heavily favored with 15 versus 9, then players will start bidding 7 minutes. And at some point, you reach the point where black can't be heavily favored anymore. But I'm curious to see where this balance will go, because the sample size we have so far is so small. But yesterday, there was some impressive stuff from Magnus Carlsen to read Hikaru so perfectly and get what he wanted with 1 second. Could have backfired, but it was still a fun little episode.
Yeah, I'm not an expert in all these bidding procedures, but now that we have seen that Hikaru was picking 59 seconds, Magnus was now going for the strategy with 58. Do we gonna see something like 55, just to be sure that whenever your opponent goes for 57 or 56, you are still in time to catch him?
Where does it end? You can also go 46, like it becomes.
Yeah, but I mean, still between 58 and 55, there's almost no difference. But if you understand that somebody is trying to trick like this with 59 and like this, you might be tempted to try something.
Yeah, I think they will get a little more random. That guys don't want to be predictable with their 759 or 801, and we will see more random numbers showing up. But I'm also not well enough versed in game theory or whatever you need knowledge of for that, to know how to randomize it perfectly. It's gonna be interesting, but maybe we're also overthinking it. The players, they just will put some number they're comfortable with either color, and we have liftoff.
Exactly. Wesley starts with the white pieces and e4 on the board, and Arjun sticks to e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6. We are very happy. Let's see some anti-marshals.
Big fan, Arjun. Coming to team e4, e5. And Wesley's thinking bishop b5 or bishop c4. No, he's played bishop b5.
Exactly.
Here we go, anti-marshal.
We're gonna have the anti-marshal. Excellent news. Okay, it's so much pleasure. This is what we love.
Yeah. And I'm happy. The Berlin is a great opening, but I'm happy not everybody plays it every game. The Marshal is still very much around. And yeah, I think it's as good objectively. Just the Berlin, it's a little drier. There are fewer positions. In the anti-Marshal, there are more lines with pieces on the board. But Arjun is also a fighter. He doesn't want to dry out the game that much. And yeah, I'm happy to see him on team anti-Marshal.
Yeah, and we are having one of the most sharpest position in anti-Marshal possible with a4, b4.
Yeah, c3, d5, we've seen yesterday. That's the pure Marshal. And most players nowadays play h3, d3, a4. a4, I think, fairly established as the main line. It's also what Nepomniachtchi switched to in the World Championship match. And Arjun plays sort of the old main move b4. From Magnus, we've seen a bunch of bishop b7s and rook b8s here recently. But b4, always the classical approach.
Yeah, a5, d6, d3, bishop e6, bishop takes e6, fe6, knight bd2. This is like the modern Tavia.
Yeah.
I think that long ago, knight bd2 was almost exclusively played, and then people realized that actually black can just take on b3 and go rook e8, and there are no problems whatsoever for black in these positions.
Yeah, it's funny, no? For years, we were looking at queen c8, rook b8, whatever random move here. And then at some point, turns out, just take rook e8, play like a normal person. The Magnus plan, h6, bishop 8, d5 at the right moment, and there's nothing.
You know, there was a moment in time when queen c8 was the main theory, and I was heavily analyzing this type of positions. And then at some point I asked, but what happens after bishop takes b3? And I started analyzing. I couldn't find anything for white. It was like 2004-5. And I felt guilty, like, am I such an idiot that I'm not able to find anything? I kept on playing queen c8 with black anyway. But it was just so nice to see that suddenly then computers also said, yeah, of course, just take on b3 and you are fine.
Yeah, so white has to take here, and we get this double pawn structure, which, as we've talked about before, I never liked for black, but that's a bit of a bias, which is why I don't love this a4, b4 line. Arjun knows what he's doing here. Queen comes to e8, maybe preparing knight h5. Because if you were to do this directly, you always have to watch out for this typical trick. And Wesley also has experience. He's played this quite a bit. I think he had games against MVL, and probably a lot of people in the structure will know exactly what he's doing as well.
Exactly.
Generally, white often wants c3, d4, but probably not direct.
Yeah, also Fabi was the one who was playing it against Carlsen in, I think it was Fabi versus Carlsen in one of the Syncfield Cup, like 2017. It was one of the very first big fights, and white targets the a6 pawn. Yeah, fights for the center. It's a very sharp double-edged position.
Yeah, like when rook b8 to stop c3. I left this pawn unguarded, so white switches to d4, queen e2. Looking at this guy. And yeah, we're just beginning. I've also analyzed this some years ago. And yeah, it continues forever. Wesley will know. Let's see if Arjun knows as well.
Yeah, exactly, because this is the Fabi Magnus direction.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And back then, however, then people started to trick with the move orders, and there weren't so many recent high-level games here, but very interesting to see how it will develop now.
Yeah. Arjun took a second here to recall what he looked at, but played the right move. Knight takes d4. These guys work on their chess.
Well, they have to. That's their job.
It's true. Bishop f6 probably only move.
No, knight c5 played.
Ah, knight c5, not only move. Ooh.
Yeah, protecting both weaknesses. The move that you mentioned, bishop f6, comes next. So the big question is, how will white not prove anything?
Yeah, curious.
Because also knight c5 somehow hinders bishop e3. Nevertheless, you probably can play the move bishop e3 because e6 pawn is hanging as well, not only the e4 pawn. And the a6 as well, of course.
Yeah, computer gives f4, which wouldn't be my first instinct, but I guess he wants to make bishop f6 tougher to get in because of e5. That's a weakening move, so I'm curious if Wesley will go for this. It's not his style. I think he would prefer like bishop e3, f3. Maybe it's nothing.
Yeah, I understand your point. Yeah, because I was also seeing that the computer shows f4, but I mean, it would not be my main move unless I knew that I have to play this move according to computer.
Yeah.
So f4, maybe we just play queen d7, stabilize them first. Why do we have to rush with anything? You can't play bishop e3 really, and then what else you got?
It doesn't look that great. Of course, the computer will convince us we just keep making his moves, but it doesn't look natural to me either. I think Wesley will put a bishop on e3, play f3, and have a look around. Rook to the center, maybe some knight b3. But it looks like Arjun won the opening battle in the sense that Wesley is first to think, yeah?
Well, the point is also that Wesley usually is quite readable, that against the Marshall, he goes for this line.
Yeah, that's true.
I have seen him. Yeah, he had this very famous game against Levon Alonyan from the candidates in Berlin. That was a fantastic game. I mean, one of the best anti-martials I have seen in modern history. That was sensational stuff. And after that, he still had like a couple of games, and people probably thought like, no, let's not test Wesley in these territories. And we haven't really been seeing too many of his games.
Yeah, it's true. Also, because everybody plays the Berlin, Wesley plays a lot of Italians and non-E4s as well. He hasn't been here that often. But now he has to think.
Yeah, and the point is bishop f6 is such a nice move for black. Yeah, so basically there is an argument to go for f4, but very tough. If you haven't analyzed it, then over the board you won't really convince yourself to make this move.
No, he's going to play this. Bishop f6. And now there are some options.
Yeah.
This looks like the most human way to me.
Yeah, f3 or queen c4. I mean, depending if you feel like going for extravaganza already or not.
Little extravaganza here and there. Can't hurt.
Well, then do queen c4 instead of f3, because then if you don't mind extravaganza, let's go for it. And you take and put something on b5, queen b5 or rook b5. Yeah, if bishop takes queen b5.
And he went for extravaganza directly. Starts with queen c4, but could transpose bishop f6, bishop e3.
Could easily, exactly. No, but bishop f6, e5 does not work. You can just take, and the knight is also hanging on d4. It does not work, yeah. Well, then it might just lead to transposition. Bishop f6 played. And it means after bishop e3, bishop takes d4, we have to capture with the queen, yeah, because bishop d4, queen b5 would be very nice for black.
Yeah, it's surprising how nice this is. But here, white is already fighting for survival. Yeah, this pawn is weak.
Yes.
And it's all on the board. Arjun still in book. Because you don't blitz out bishop takes d4, I think, unless you know. Maybe you do. And Wesley takes with the queen. He doesn't, quote unquote, blunder this queen b5 threat. Yeah, these guys are good.
Yeah, now, okay, the big question is, if you put, because computer says rook b5, but rook b5 is a bit strange now that white will always have queen c4 and you are not able to target it with queen b5.
It's true.
But on the other hand, of course, rook b5 cements the position. Yeah, it gives so much stability for black. That's the drawback of this a4, a5 line in general, that it gives the b5 square away.
One day you can also dream of picking up this pawn. Only that's in the distant future, but if you get some endgame, it might be a weakness.
Well, but watch out for that pawn, yeah? Ever since the famous Magnus Carlsen and Levon Aronian game from Sinquefield Cup, when was it? 2014, the very last round, when actually Magnus only needed to make a draw to win the event.
No, 2014 was Fabi's year.
Ah, yeah, 14 was, then it was 13. Probably it was 13 because that pawn on a5 was a total weakness for Magnus. He was suffering throughout the game, and then Levon finally, after 30 moves, went on to take that pawn. And at that moment, Magnus started to play for a win because he got rid of that pawn. And on the a file, in fact, Levon got paralyzed. So be careful how and when to capture that pawn.
Rook b5 on the board.
Yeah, f3. Yeah, let's play solid chess. Queen d7 would be thematic. Yeah, just everybody improves his position a bit.
Is it? I thought the queen goes here, but maybe I'm just going for the cheaper.
But I mean, now there is no more. I mean, not enough pieces on the king side. Yeah, just go king h1. Then I'm gonna go queen c4, and maybe I'm eyeing there something, even some c3, bc, b4 ideas. I don't know it. The queen g6 a bit weakened the queen side.
So you're saying that cemento approach is queen to d7.
Yeah, queen to d7 or queen f7 followed by e5. That's also kind of a nice way of getting control of all the light squares. And then the knight eventually can also go to e6 depending on the situation.
Wesley went b3.
Wow.
Is that a mistake? I mean, he's trying to stop b4 to b3 forever. But the problem could be now after queen g6, there's no f3, and because the rook takes. So you have to be a little unharmonious.
You have to move the
now.
bishop, yeah, bishop d2, and then you can even force the trade of queens, maybe.
Queen f6, yeah, we've seen endgames are very pleasant for black.
But okay, e5, yeah, we're gonna
there.
go e5. And some tactics, because queen e5 we can't play because of queen f2, rook e5 runs into some knight takes b3 tactics.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be not good. So yeah, no, that's the point, that this a4, a5 is a very ambitious fighting option from the white side, but it's not given that white is safe after that.
Arjun plays e5, doesn't use the momentum here. But positionally also very sound after the check. He wants queen f7.
Yeah, very solid. I mean, one could argue that you give queen c4 check, and after queen f7, you just leave the queen on c4. That was maybe an idea behind b3, a prophylactic, that you just play like rook ed1, yeah, for example, and then you get ready. If queen c4 bc, then the rook has to move, and you can also take on c5 and go rook d5.
Yeah, this wouldn't be right for black, but he's not forced to take on c4.
Yeah, he's not forced to, but then we understand that b3 actually was a quite nice subtle move from Wesley.
Right. Was a mistake after queen g6, but there was thought put into it.
Exactly, yeah, okay, computer suddenly jumps with queen g6 and queen f6, whatever, but it had a soul, yeah, it had a fundament. Rook ed1 on the board.
We are.
I love these small finesses. This is so lovely. And now black should just stay put, yeah, just wait. But now how you wait? I have some rook d5 ideas. I also have f3 next move, just to cement.
Yeah. Yeah, Copy is smart as usual. He goes rook d8, and then he says now he's ready to take and go all the way back.
Oof.
And he's challenging on the d file, so this position he can hold. Yeah, not an easy decision to make.
Not that easy at all. I mean, putting
Even
the rook on d8.
this.
Yeah, this is a bit shaky. I mean, rook d8. First of all, it gets into the pin along the d file. Yeah, so you have such a strange feeling. Yeah, you just don't really believe. And also that the rook from b5, because the rook came from b8 to b5, having in mind that it goes all the way back to b8, abandoning the c5 square, it's a bit strange.
Yeah, that seems to be the way, because if not, Totorovic could come. f3, rook d5, all these movie mentions are there.
Then let's just discuss what happens if knight b7. I mean, just if we go after the pawn.
Oh, queen c6 is there.
Yeah, exactly. But I wanted to highlight this, that, yeah, if not for queen c6, then actually the pawn on a5 is so vulnerable, but queen c6 might be very good news for white. There is no way to protect the a6 pawn.
What do we think, by the way, about this board fading out? I'm sure you guys know that if we make a move that's not the game position, then the board fades out. And I'm still getting used to it. On the one hand, it's nice that you always know if it's a game position or analysis. On the other hand, I'm still always confused when it fades out, and I think, let me see the pieces. What's going on here?
Yeah, I also feel a little bit discriminated. Yeah, that okay, if we are analyzing something, then it fades away.
It fades away. This is nonsense.
Yes. I mean, did we suggest such a bad move that we have to be punished right away? Yeah.
That's how it should be. It should fade according to the quality of the move. Like if it's a good move, it becomes even brighter. If it's a terrible move, then it gets very dark.
Yes, that would be nice. Yeah. Yeah, and Arjun taking his time. Yeah, all of a sudden, I mean, it looked a couple of moves ago that black has a very comfortable position, and suddenly he has to make a tough decision.
Yeah, he missed this one moment. Yeah, after b3, this was his window to play very concretely and force a favorable trade. And now it's also Wesley's element, this type of position here where everything is secured, he can put pressure. He has to find this rook d8, rook b8 back idea, which is far from easy.
Yes, I can imagine that if it would be some World Championship match file, then we would highlight that, rook d8 and then the line followed by rook bb8 is the big point to keep the balance. Rook a8 played.
a8 also logical, but the question is what's the next move? Because he's still not threatening to take and rook somewhere because of it.
Exactly, and for example, knight b7, queen c6 is still a problem because you can't really target this queen out.
There's also rook d5 to keep
also,
the pawn.
yeah.
So yeah, he can't attack the pawn so easily.
Because hang on, the line I wanted to highlight, let's just show this, knight b7, queen c6, that if black goes queen e8, black can go queen e8 because queen takes c7, runs into rook c8, trapping the queen.
Oh, beautiful.
Kind of a funny way of, because I was thinking that why computer was so harsh on our knight b7, queen c6 position, and after rook a8, I thought like black had no next move because queen e8 was impossible, but probably rook d5 was the follow-up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, here, now with the rook on a8, this is strong, apparently.
Yeah.
But the bad news for Arjun is if Wesley plays f3, the best move is still rook d8, and that you just don't do. I mean, you don't go rook a8 and then go back to d8. But if not, he's in real trouble. Let's say he plays a move like h6, then rook d5 comes and this construction is crumbling. f3 on the board. Dangerous spot for Mr. Erigaisi. Because, yeah, to play rook d8 now would be very, very impressive.
No, it's basically almost impossible. Yeah, if you have already made up your mind and he spent like 3-4 minutes for rook a8, he was not feeling happy. And but the question is, that what did he goes knight b7. He wanted to be ready for queen c6, but there is rook d5. Yeah, so queen c6, queen e8 was the trick.
Yeah.
But rook d5, yeah?
Yeah, maybe he wants this and thinks it's not so terrible, but it looks very
Ooh.
artificial.
Yeah, no, this looks horrible, actually. I mean, f4, white can maybe break immediately.
And
But
rook
also-
d5 played. Wesley, of course, doesn't fall for queen 6, queen e8. And c5 on the board. Yeah, what else?
Yeah, now white has a couple of options. Yeah, this direct f4 idea, which is a computer suggestion, or just some queen d3, and then you keep on putting the pressure.
Here, this is also tough to play. You give the pawn, you play queen f1.
Exactly. This will not happen. Yeah, but just some stabilizing move after c5. Sidestepping from knight takes a5 looks very natural. Yeah, queen d3 played.
d3 played. Solid human chess, and you can still prepare f4.
Exactly. h3, rook f1 and f4. That's the way. And you know that you are the hunter. Yeah, that's very, very important.
Change in chess all the time. You're the hunter, all of a sudden you're the prey. Do you watch that movie, Prey? Are you into Predator movies?
Well, I have seen a couple of Predator movies, yes.
Excellent, excellent. Prey is very good. It's the latest Predator movie. Highly recommended.
Probably I have seen it. I'm just not so good with the titles.
But that's a very recent one. It plays in the, I don't know, 1600s. It's a Comanche tribe, and a young female warrior starts dealing with a predator.
Okay. No.
Excellent movie.
Then I have to watch it. Then don't spoil anything.
I won't.
Okay.
I won't tell you who wins.
Excellent. Thank you. No, the original Predator I have watched, I think, like at least 20 times.
Of course.
That's legendary stuff.
Such a classic. Even the beginning, I'm already in a good mood. When Arnold meets Apollo Creed and they do this hand wrestling, he tells him, "Oh, too much pencil pushing." It's a classic.
Yeah, but now it's Arjun's moment to defend this very tough position. Yeah, he's under pressure.
Yeah, and Wesley's in his element. Nothing gets touched because d6 is too weak for black to even think about the a5 pawn, and he can just slowly improve h3, king h2, f1, f4. The black king is just weak long term. Once f4 comes, it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, probably black has to put pawn on h6 and then try to put queen on e6 to be ready for any f4 push, but then rook f1, f4, ef you can capture with the rook on f4.
Yeah, all of a sudden there's a lot of attackers.
Yeah, the rook on b5 and the knight on b7, they are just locked out of action.
Absolument.
Just one little mistake. Yeah, this is the anti-Martians are all about nuances. And yeah, you have to be always super precise with both colors. Yeah, I mean, Wesley is not thinking that, do I have time for h3 or should I already go directly for rook f1, f4? It's a tough call. It's down to 420. That how much energy should he now put into this position? That's the big question for him. What is your take? How will he approach it? Just slowly or then go for direct action?
I think he likes to take it nice and slow. He will see black is not threatening anything. And yeah, h3 played, h6. I'm curious if Arjun actually wants to go g5. Of course, it opens the door for h4. So it's also not a very pleasant decision to take. But yeah, h4 is too strong.
Yeah, well, I mean, it means, okay, for example, rook f, yeah, Wesley goes queen d2, so he prepares f4 like this. He still keeps his rook on a1, but this queen d2 move, does he
it's
really
a little too deep. No, like bring all the attackers.
Yeah, I mean, f4 is now not so effective because the e4 pawn will be vulnerable, and if you capture on d6, then at least we trade that bad knight for the bishop.
The queen was really well placed on d3, covering e4, keeping an eye on a6, on c4, on b5. So yeah, I don't get this move. I mean, it doesn't spoil anything. There's no threats, but it looks a little too deep.
Yeah, okay. Black cannot just wait. I don't know. Queen e6, rook e6. I mean, just put everything on something on e6. Yeah, even queen g6 is a move. What is Wesley up to? I mean, I'm trying to understand that. He just wants to play f4, yeah, bishop f4, rook takes e4, bishop takes. I don't believe, because this is too little, if anything.
Yeah, such a strange move, because rook f1 was really screaming to be played. The only thing I could imagine is he just doesn't want to give that pawn at all. And didn't want to think about rook takes a5, but it looks so terrible that it's hard to believe this would scare him. But maybe he just didn't want to give material.
Yeah, so king h2, king h7, and Arjun is actually benefiting of the situation that he has also this very easy little moves which improve his position. He can play them instantly. King
and Wesley
h7.
realizes
yeah.
Queen d2 wasn't the way. He goes back to d3.
But okay, now black can play queen g6, yeah, and you are again indirectly stopping f4. And black should be happy with this king h7, queen g6 construction, I believe. It's a bit safer, yeah. If white opens up with f4, ef, we felt like king on g8 was a bit vulnerable on the board.
There's a Muppets versus Predator movie in the works. Is that for real? Sounds amazing. Queen back to d2. Is that a quiet draw offer? What's going on here?
I'm not liking this. Yeah, no. Wesley is losing the momentum and he's just shuffling around. Now, actually, knight d8, knight f7 might be a
this knight
threat.
might improve. Yeah.
I mean, if black gets a chance, then knight d8, knight c6, knight d4, of course. But
yeah, he's moving back and forth, saying, "Let's play another game." That's pity. He played such a nice game. Just as queen d2, he really lost the threat.
Yeah. I mean, hang on. After knight d8, I'm threatening knight c6. So you have to probably triple down on the pawn with rook d1 to stop knight c6. And then I'm going to go back knight f7 or knight b7. I'm inviting rook a1, and then I can force the repetition with knight d8.
Yeah, but Wesley's already offering the repetition every move. You don't have to force it anymore.
Okay, we don't know. He might just be winning time or not.
Hard to say. Arjun thinking about it.
But hang on, exactly. The pawn is hanging as well. What kind of knight d8? Why not to take the pawn?
Rook a4 plate. Wesley's saying, okay, you took the pawn, but you can never move because then I'll take your a6 pawn. So it's unclear how much of an achievement that was for black. And why does this weird trick to go bishop d2 and bishop takes b4 trying to win
exactly. And that might be on Wesley's mind, because this is a tactical shot that you can foresee and you might be very tempted to go for it.
Just to clarify, this is the losers semi-final, and the winner of this match plays against Hikaru Nakamura for a spot in the grand final. That will happen right when this match is over. So we have some action left today. And then tomorrow, the finale grande. Or depending on who wins. If Magnus wins it, it's just one match. If Magnus loses it, then will be two matches, because Carlsen hasn't lost a match yet, and you need to lose two matches to be kicked out of this.
Yeah, honestly, in the first 2 days, I got confused about this new system. Yeah, what is this losers bracket? What is really going on? And now we are getting the benefit, yeah, because all the benefits, tons of action, so lot to play, and it's kind of very nice to see also this new dynamic that whoever finally comes, will he carry the momentum? Will it be important, or will Magnus be controlling everything? I'm super excited to find it out.
Wesley, not in a hurry, plays bishop c1. I think he understands that his position is still cemento, even though he's a pawn up here. Black can't really make any progress. He's taking his time, but I'm not sure what he wants with his bishop c1, to be honest.
King g8, well, bishop should go to d2, yeah, in order to get this bishop takes b4 trick.
Yeah. And
But
it's
also,
unpleasant.
how much this trick gives us? Yeah, he just repeats.
Should be 3. He keeps offering repetitions. He's really dreaming of ending this game, although he's better. And Arjun never goes for the repetition. And here comes f4. This is trouble. Arjun, if you're playing Wesley, he's dangerous. Just allow him to repeat. Allow him that his repetition instincts and slow him down. You shouldn't push him like this. Now it's going to be trouble.
Yeah, finally White gets this f4 in. Even he lost the pawn on a5, it doesn't really matter because the knight on a5 can't move, then White's rook on a4 gets immediately into action. And if you keep the knight on a5, it means that you have to keep that rook on b5 as well.
Because Wesley is not weak at playing sharp positions. He's actually extremely good at it. His weakness is that he will rather make a draw in order to avoid it. But if you make him do it, he's going to be very dangerous. And this could be bad news for Agassi.
Absolutely. I mean, now one question. Rook takes e4 runs into bishop d6, queen e6, and then what? Oh my god! Oh my god! This is a moment when you go crazy, yeah?
Oh, now I get it. This beautiful geometry.
Yes, unbelievable. c2, c4.
Oh, this is so pretty. The rook moves, you take the knight, and after b takes c, the b pawn has left the 4th rank. So this rook is hanging. That's beautiful.
Wow, what a devilish motive.
So counterintuitive, no? Because you block the 4th file with one more pawn, and then magically they both disappear.
And it's on the board.
Uh-oh, we'll spot this. Bishop c5 is good too. He's not forced to, but he could. It's such a nice motive.
But he will spot it. He has 2 minutes.
And it's just game over, no? The rook can't move.
Well, rook e3 you can play, but then queen f5 and you just win a piece.
Keep. Now there's no more en passant, as we know. And
I mean, you will have to sacrifice on c4 and then rely on the b pawn, but it doesn't seem to work. Wow, so let's get back. Yeah, let's see. Camera, Wesley is about to play c4. No! No!
He didn't do it. This move was dynamite. He went bishop g3.
God. Okay, anyway, it looks good, but
it's still
yes.
good, but yeah, this was so nice.
Wow.
So hard. I mean, the human eye is just so hard to make sense of this. The 2 pawns are disappearing in one move from the 4th rank.
Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, it's like a different game.
Yeah.
Wow, but still, yeah, everything. Yeah, this reminds me also very much of this Magnus versus Levon, that black took the pawn on a5 and then his trouble started.
Yeah, the pieces are distracted. The king is weak. Arjun, we've seen, is a magician in defense, but this is going to be tough. Rook d4, probably best chance eliminating.
But
some
there is
pieces.
rook d8 check now. You can't take on d8 because you lose the knight on a5. You have to go king f7, and that's
more geometry. And he spotted it. Rook d8, king f7, forced. Played. But it's not so easy. Eh? Queen f3, queen f6. Black is still hanging in there.
Yes, now just take. And okay, the king on f7 is losing one more move, and you can't go back to f7 due to queen d8 check again. b4 is also hanging. What do you do?
Yeah, material is equal now. Yeah, white's king is so much safer. Looks very tough for Agassi.
Yeah, and that bishop on g6 is a monster. Yeah, protecting. Yeah, knight c6 had to be played.
You can pick up a pawn or give this check first.
Down to 10 seconds.
He's hoping for rook a6, but yeah, didn't happen. Queen c4 check.
But what was this queen c4 check?
Yeah,
because if we probably can, but then there is at least some rook f5. Isn't black improving something?
Still suffering.
Yes.
Yeah. And the endgame doesn't look that much. No, if you take, the king is central, then rook c5 comes. This you're probably not winning.
Yeah, no, this you don't win. Yeah, and yeah, queen f4 check, queen f6.
And queen c7 now is going to do it.
Yeah, because Wesley just rushed this queen c4 check, just like if he had missed the move queen e6. But now he can correct his mistake.
Yeah, this position is too good for him to repeat moves. It's just not happening.
Yeah, no, it's...
He's also not running any risk. Even if he messed something up, he'll just be slightly better instead of completely winning. And he goes for the endgame. Wow, this is shocking, though. Come on, Wesley. Your king was so much safer. He's just playing it too safe. Like, he must understand that with the queens on board, he should crush. But he just wants to be sure that nothing bad can ever happen. And he might win. Ooh. So tight, Mr. So.
Yeah, bishop f2, rook c3, of course, bishop e1, rook c5 back. I mean, nothing moves. The king is threatening to come over, but you always have to watch out for some knight d4 checks hitting the c2 pawn.
Oh, and hang on. Rook e3, bishop d2 was blitzed out.
Yeah, he sacrifices the h6
Rook
pawn.
a6 was that. Which was strong.
Wow.
Because after bishop d2, now black gets very active, no? Knight
Yeah,
d4.
takes knight d4. That's what you want in time trouble.
Yeah. Moves are easy. You can take some stuff. Arjun once again fighting back.
Yeah, he might make a draw. Rook takes c2. Actually, what is happening?
It's a draw.
Because you can't
Pawns
protect
here,
the b3
set.
pawn later. Yeah. Wow, just down to 5 seconds. Now rook takes c2 on the board.
Ah, yes, bishop e5. Oh! And white is winning again. Bishop e5 was nice, stopping knight d4 and knight a1. I didn't see that. And the way to go was knight e1.
No, because the problem was that Arjun included king g6. It was everything happened too quickly. He should have taken on c2 with the bishop on h6. Yeah, that
and then there's no bishop e5. Ah,
Yes.
that's why we didn't see it. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. And then knight d4 and you eliminate this pawn on b3.
Okay, they're playing on seconds now. But it seems like Wesley's going to win. And if he keeps winning all these games, he will never take any more chances. He will just think, but it's working. Like, what do you want from me?
Of course. So he already activated his king.
Oh,
wow,
but the
knight
b3
c1,
pawn is
he
dropping.
got to it. He got to it.
He had to stop the horse once again. Bishop e3 winning. He took. And now it's tenable. It still looks very dangerous with his knight being cut off here. But white can't win it. And
wow, but
okay,
he
it's
might.
happening too fast. It's happening too fast here.
Yeah.
And the knight escapes again. King c4 was winning. King c3 is a draw. This was the way. And bishop d2 check. That's not that tough, actually.
Well, it's the same position. Now he gets another chance.
And he
On the
spots
board.
it. This is it. Knight a1, then king c3.
No, I mean f4 is the only chance. Yeah, f4, and
F4
the
played.
point is that takes bishop d6 check.
Bishop e7 also strong.
Also
And
good,
then
yeah.
g4 and king b3.
No, you can't do everything. I mean, king g6, you can
No, I meant after king f5. You go g4.
Ah, yes.
No,
Yes,
I can't take everything. So what do you do? G4 or gf? Plays
Well,
gf.
I leave it to Wesley to decide. But this is what it means when you only have 3 seconds increment instead of 10. Then anything can happen.
Oof.
But this is not a fortress. Unfortunately, it's
No.
not a fortress because h4, h5 check is there.
So it's Zugzwang.
Yes.
Bishop comes to g5. Oh, he will win this.
I mean, the 3 seconds are only enough not to lose on the clock, but you just have no time to think. Yeah, getting ready for king e7, f6 check, or yeah, first bishop g5. Knight g3, king f4. Yeah, king marches to g4 and then h5 comes. slowly, step by step. Then get that bishop to e5 and you continue the...
Yeah, it's hopeless. Why is the wrong bishop? So we can't, the right bishop, so we can't give the knight for the pawn. Yeah, he would just improve.
Yeah, bishop f6.
So f6 was finishing the game immediately, dominating the knight. But he's slowly getting there.
Yeah, it just will be a Zugzwang.
I don't like king h6. Okay, so winning, but keep the king here.
Knight d7, bishop d4, and again the knight is dominated.
Yeah, now the king comes back, then h6. And Zugzwang will be there for bishop g7.
Yeah, when it's a technical position, you can play by hand, then of course the 3 seconds come handy, but if you need to calculate sharp lines, move pair move lines like before, then of course you can very easily make mistakes. Now bishop g7.
Yeah, this is no longer complicated, and Arjun will resign. Around here, I would think. King g6. C'est fini. Maybe he tries knight f6. Waits for it to be captured. Not sure what to hope for, because neither move is stalemate. Bishop takes, very clean. Wesley wins! Very hard to criticize the winner for playing too cautiously, which he did, but he's so good that even with this approach, he kept enough pressure, enough drama in the game, that Arjun eventually crumbled. Congratulations to Wesley. And that means Erigaisi is now in a must-win position in the second game to prolong his tournament. If he loses it, it's out, and we get a Wesley So Hikaru Nakamura rematch for the rights to face Magnus Carlsen in the finals. So Erigaisi needs to win the next game with white, or it's So versus Hikaru.
Yeah, usually when Arjun is in a must-win situation, I think he opts for the very sharp f3 Nimzo. I'm kind of expecting him to go for it, but of course you never know.
Also against Wesley, theory battle, the f3 Nimzo, he will have checked extensively as well. I have no idea what's going to happen, but it's going to be exciting. Arjun Erigaisi, tough loss here. Now has to fight back. We'll come back with game number 2, possibly the last game in this match. See you in a couple minutes. Welcome back, everybody. We are watching the losers bracket semifinal of the Airthings Masters, where we're awaiting the second game between Arjun Erigaisi and Wesley. So to start, if Arjun does not win this game, he is out of the tournament and Wesley will face Hikaru Nakamura right after. While we're waiting, Peter, there's action in the second division as well, because this is a giant chess event, where Fabian Caruana is facing Yu Yang Yi in the finals in a 4-game match. Caruana up 1-0, I was just informed. And there's also Vladimir Kramnik in action against Yakuboyev. So much chess. But we got to focus on our boys. Arjun Erigaisi must win. Choose the Italian.
Yeah, he likes the Italian. Usually he goes for bishop g5 setups. Yeah, there you go.
Also in a must-win, this is, where you got to go. These positions are so sharp. Well analyzed nowadays as well. But all these positions after g5. We've seen it in the battle between our boys. Giri versus Keimer. There is so much to be discovered. So many nuances. So many options for both sides. It's highly complex territory. That game was pawn on a6, not on a5. But the territory remains just as complicated no matter where the pawn is. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, there are so many different type of setups also. Black can play for f5. Black can play for this knight h7 trying to go h5. Also, black has this classical old idea of going bishop g4, pinning that knight also. Different approaches. I usually expect that every top player has his mind set on one of these setups and usually prefers to use the same ideas.
Yeah, that's so complicated. d4, we've seen Arjun play this recently, no? Wasn't it? Was it against Wesley?
No, where would
in Vike. In Vike.
In Vike. Well, you have been there.
I've been there, but my memory is bad. But I've seen him play this d4 against somebody very recently. Chat, help us. Was it draw?
Usually, I would think that it could be also Ding Liren from the black side. Yeah, he also loves to play this.
Maybe it was Arjun against Ding. Yeah.
And queen f6. Yeah, this is also typical that you are mixing all kinds of ideas. Knight a7, h5.
The one thing is, it's more often than not very dangerous to take this pawn. Because white opens the center, and your king could really end up in very big trouble. I'm sure this line continues as well. But generally, as a rule of thumb, you don't want to touch this pawn, but you want to keep your construction in the center stable with trying to keep these pieces at bay.
Yeah, especially once you move the knight to h7. Yeah, the knight is very far away if the center gets opened up. That's also one of the points.
Bishop b5 once again, trying to get to this pawn. Forcing black's hand to play g4 or h4 followed by g4. So sharp, but they both know.
I mean, they both know, but do they all remember? Yeah, that's the big question, because it's not only this one position. There are so many different setups. Yeah, also with white, knight ac, knight c2. If it's knight bd2 with rook e1, I mean, there are millions of setups.
They all look so similar. Like, you can analyze as much as you want to keep all of this in your head. I don't know how players do it. But yeah, g4 plate, takes knight h2, and queen to g5. Looks like Wesley is still in his book. Let's see, c4 hits the pawn. Black can attack the queen or cover it with rook e8 or f6.
Yeah, traditionally, I'm a big believer in black's position always, but knowing that now with new computers, you can never just rely on your feeling that, okay, I'm loving it, I enjoy it with black, because you have to prove it move per move.
Also, new computers no longer hate it for white. It used to be that once the pawn gets to g5, you will see some pleasant minus 0.50 and you would feel better. But new computers, they're no longer that excited about black.
Exactly.
It got different.
Yeah, now we see that the bishop on g3 on one side is a very nice piece because it secures white's king side, but on the other hand, it's also locked out of the game. It's a very double-edged piece.
Yeah, that's the nature of these whole positions. Yeah, this bishop on g3 good or bad. It's very often what it comes down to.
Yeah, whenever white wins the games in this line, usually wins thanks to this bishop on g3, and then you feel like, yes, bishop g5 is such a nice system, and if something backfires, then you think like, I will never play bishop g5 in my life ever.
Yeah.
Never again.
Rook d8 played. Queen a4. Arjun still blitzing. Following prep, and it's getting even sharper because apparently the only good move now is knight to f6, and that's not an obvious move. But is there an obvious move? e5 is attacked, c6 is attacked. Probably Wesley is also struggling to, or trying to remember some file where there's zeros in the end, but you have to make so many sick moves along the way.
Yeah, for example, after knight f6, the pawn on e5 is hanging. White can take with the knight. White can also capture on c6 with the queen first. I mean, there are so many things to calculate.
What is the point here? Knight h5?
I guess knight h5, yeah. That's the point.
This position is too tough for puny humans. And yeah, looks like since Wesley's thinking, Arjun's choice might be justified, because now, if you don't know, but he does know, or he's just too good, plays knight f6.
Well, I think that usually if a top player analyzes this type of positions, then he might not remember exactly everything move per move, but the motifs are in his head. And then he more or less knows exactly that, thanks to this knowledge, I can orientate myself over the board. It's clear that when someone like Arjun is blitzing out everything, it puts additional pressure. Then you can easily second guess yourself that, is it like this? So it was very nice that Wesley took time to understand that he's following probably what he believes is the right way.
Arjun keeps playing very quickly, takes the pawn on c6. But apparently, yeah, the key is this knight h5 move. Yeah, bishop e6, knight e5, and once again knight h5. It's overloading. Stupid bishop on g3. Impressive stuff.
Yeah, bishop e6 is a tough move. Yeah, it's the rook is hanging on a8. One would be tempted to go rook b8 and then maybe get bishop b7 in, try to target that queen on c6, and of course hoping to get knight h5 in. That's clear. But bishop e6 looks a bit empty move.
Yeah, I think the point might be now white can't take on c7 because we're touching the horsey.
Wow,
I was going to say rook c8 actually, but apparently the way is bishop c4.
Yes, takes and knight h5. Yeah,
h5 crushes. Because this guy can't be defended. If knight f1, black just breaks through. It's also complicated.
Yeah, this bishop on a7 is the monster bishop. And knight h1 g3, it continues.
Yeah, there, it's gone wrong.
Wow, but bishop e6 is so tough. I mean, I believe it's much tougher than knight f6 because you probably remember that knight f6, knight h5 is key idea in this type of positions, but bishop e6 might be only exactly in this specific position.
And it's also the only good move, apparently. If you play, I don't know, bishop d7, queen c7, then white isn't time for everything.
Wow, and then to think that exactly the bishop on c8, you have to waste the tempo to take on c4, that's very tough. So after bishop e6, white has to come back knight e3 to be able to face knight h5. I mean, to meet knight h5 with knight h2 to f1. And then you kind of defend, but black has lovely compensation.
Black goes for some long-term attack, king h7, rook h8. Looks very dangerous, but what a mess of a position. Wesley taking his time here. Yeah, rook b8 is just too slow.
Yeah, e5 pawn, that's the key pawn. Okay, so basically Wesley might be forced to find bishop e6 and he eliminates all the options. That's the way how he will get to bishop e6.
Yeah, I think the tough move is bishop takes c4. So weird to let this queen out, give your beautiful bishop, but you buy yourself enough time for this counterplay. And also there's knight h5 here. That's maybe more.
Yeah, lovely, yeah.
More spottable, because now takes, you win a piece.
Oh yeah, so basically after bishop e6, and Arjun definitely knows that bishop e6 is the move. and he knows that he still has this setup. So it's worth risking taking this because otherwise, in a classical position, how would you outplay Wesley? Yeah. So if you think in a must-win situation, you want to disbalance your opponent, then you are willing to take this risk.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. A draw or a loss are exactly the same, so he has to go for something crazy. And clearly he's also put in a lot of work here as he splits out the first 21 moves or whatever. So yeah, good stuff. From Arjun, will Wesley be up to the task? Thinking.
Well, he has to, yeah, because this is also Arjun in his element. He's waiting for just one mistake by his opponent, and then he will use that moment and it will be game over.
Chat confirms the game I mentioned was Eric Gacy versus Ding in round number 5 in Vike. Yeah, I wasn't sure, but yeah, it was against Ding.
And when did they deviate?
I do not recall.
Oh, okay.
I recall it was D4 early on as well. I'm not sure it was the exact same position, but I would think so. But somehow the pawn got taken, and then there was some very weird rook B1 quiet move at some point.
Exactly. Yeah. That was it. Yeah. That's also like a shocker, yeah, for some newcomer, yeah, that you take ED4 after 20 minutes of thinking, and then your opponent comes back to the board and blazes out rook B1. Very tough spot, finding bishop E6. But okay, it's Wesley's opening. I always tell that you have to know your spirit. Every opening is kind of your soul. Yeah, you have to know everything in and out, because that can help you navigate. And on the board, bishop E6.
As the soul. Yeah, he got there by elimination. Wesley Soul. And now he should be all right. Because this line that seemed like best play, whatever it was, 93, 95, 91. Here you're already stable enough that you have a feeling things should be all right.
Exactly. I mean, black also has the long term this move knight h5 to f4. Yeah, just not taking on g3. The bishop just closing and opening up the h file, and then some king h7, rook h8, mate on h1 will appear. So yeah, white has to be careful.
Even if I play some non-computer move like, I don't know, bishop b6, just trying to be solid here, it just feels like good compensation. No, there's always this idea. Yeah, I think he can be happy now.
Yeah, now it's a playable position. Now you feel like you don't need to know anything. You just play over the board.
93 on the board. Arjun still playing fast. He probably knew this was best play and worst case scenario for him. But he probably also knows it's not lost. It's just a little tricky. And he still has chances to fight for a win. He has an extra pawn. So he got his mess by Wesley. Very much up to the task.
And the tricky spot is for the black player now that he doesn't know exactly what computer thinks about the position. Yeah, so you might be impressed by your opponents blitzing out the moves. You think like, yes, I'm following what I'm supposed to be following, but you know exactly that just one mistake or just mixing up one move can cost so much. Knight h5 played.
Keeps playing perfectly. Knight hf1, only move to stabilize, blitzed out as well. Yeah. Comp is in love with this king h7 move.
But that is so mysterious, no? I mean, the king moving to h7, which supposedly you want to go rook h8 later, I mean, to use the h file.
What are human moves? Bishop b6, rook b8 maybe.
And king g7 always runs into knight f5 check, or why is king g7 not as good?
Also e5 is hanging with check, no, if I take.
Okay. And after king h7 takes on c7 is such a big difference.
Let's see. Takes. And now.
And there is no knight f5 check, or I don't know. This is too mysterious. But Wesley plays the human move, your human move, bishop b6.
Bishop b6.
Let's just defend everything first.
Yeah. I like it because the plan doesn't go away.
And with white, you are faced with the question, do you go rook a d1?
No, but I have a perpetual. No, I think you can't do it because I take and I take everything. Sorry, I take on. I mixed up the move order. I take on. How did I do it? Here.
No, because a8 rook is hanging.
Yeah, but this is what I meant. I take here, and I'll take
this
here.
way.
And if Fe, I have rook d1.
Yes.
Perpetual.
Yeah, wow, but this is then actually quite annoying from White's perspective that you can't really play rook a d1. Then how do you progress? I mean, the knight on e3 doesn't really move. Knight on f1 has to stay there.
Was this?
Yeah, knight, but it runs into all this kind of chop business.
Chop.
I mean, takes on d5, plays some queen f4, then how do you protect this?
Yeah, it's messy.
Because also queen takes g3, you have queen takes b6, but all this is very tricky.
Yeah, if knight e4 is a normal move, then g3 is
G3.
always asking questions.
Yeah, very nasty ones.
No, this is the move you want to play, but if it's a draw, of course, it's bad news, since he's in a must-win.
Yeah, what to do? I mean, knight d5 would be natural, but it doesn't seem to work move pen move. Rook a d1 doesn't work because it allows this precise sequence of moves ending with a perpetual check, and then what moves and where?
Although, how easy perpetual was this? Rook d1 takes. I go fe.
Yeah, you take.
Takes, because I can take here now.
Okay, but even in worst case scenario, I have queen d8 here. You know, I can even trade queens. And
rook d2 is coming out.
And I'm dominating due to this bishop on e6 versus the knight on g3.
Yeah, white has no winning chances. No, tough spot. Arjun did his very best to make a mess, but Wesley was very up to the challenge. That's difficult. He's taking his time. Of course, he's also calculating all these lines, but if they don't work, the problem is then you have to start calculating worse moves, and it's not fun either. And yeah, he's played rook a1, because it looks like the only good move. Let's see how Wesley reacts.
Yeah, because I don't know how easy it is to calculate all these takes that to make sure that it's really working nicely.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you would love to just keep everything, because white doesn't really have next move.
Rook b8, but he does take. He's seen this coming. And of course, Wesley loves move repetitions as much as I do, and especially when he wins him the match, he's going to be looking for those very intently. Knight takes. Bishop takes e3. There's also this line, rook d8, fe3. There's no direct perpetual.
But again, it feels so wrong for white, Yeah,
like so active.
I mean, rook d2 is very tempting.
Queen h4, there's queen c7, yeah? Arjun has to do this, no? He has to keep the game going.
He has to, because that endgame does not promise anything.
And he goes fe.
Okay, then we're gonna see the endgame, yes.
Yeah. And rook d1 played. Wesley has figured this out. Takes on a8, queen d8.
But hang on, we can't play king g7 or like this.
More perpetual ideas, yeah?
Yes.
Also works. King f1, bishop c4. Then that's even cleaner if you want to end the game.
Yeah. Because originally when you told me perpetual check, this was exactly the position I envisioned, that wow, you are sacrificing the rook on a8, but then computer wanted to be too smart with queen d8 and it distracted us.
Yeah, because black is probably better after queen d8, but we just need a draw, so no need.
And maybe that even king h7, just not to step into any knight f5 checks.
Yeah, that's the way.
That's the human way.
You have to calculate some knight h5, queen h5, king g3, but It's probably not. But this you have to calculate still.
Yeah, and
With
now
h6
with king on
move.
g7, it would be so nice because then there is no rook h1 check coming. Yeah, so
Yeah.
king g7 played. Then
That's
it
why he
maybe-
went there.
Exactly, maybe it's more human because if knight f5 check is not a problem, then of course you prefer this one.
Oh,
Now you can
you
do
can
whatever.
sense
Yeah.
that White is not winning this. Yeah, Wesley's good. What is there to say? Impressive stuff. If he's forced to play sharp chess, he rarely makes a mistake. He just can't force himself to do it.
Well, if he weren't so good, we weren't so impressed. Yeah, we keep on praising him like he's sensational. So Wesley is special.
And yeah, Arjun gave it a valid effort, but he went for a theory debate. Wesley had to take some time to find his way, but he did not. I don't think he made a single mistake all the way. And then it's hard to win in chess.
Yeah, also that's the point when you go for these ultra sharp lines, everything. These guys, exactly like you mentioned, you remember I thought that maybe FC Nimzo comes and you said that, well, but Wesley probably knows he has checked it very carefully. I mean, he's just so prepared in all these sharp lines.
Yeah. The more chicken instincts you have, the better you are prepared in all these sharp lines. So it's often you don't want to push the chicken in sharp theoretical lines because they will check. Yeah, this is over, yeah, for Arjun. Looking for a way to prolong the game, but there is no such thing.
Yeah, and now we understand that these mistakes in the first game cost him heavily. Yeah, if he would have just because he got a nice opening, just one precise move there and making a draw without any problems.
Just repeat moves. When Wesley is offering you the move repetition, just take it. You're not better.
No, but there it wasn't exactly clear. It was some time trouble was approaching. You don't know if the opponent just wants to win time or not. We don't know the psychology. After, of course, we can ask that he continued because he wanted to get something out of it or he was just not feeling comfortable.
Rule number 1 of playing Wesley. Respect Wesley. Don't push him. He's got pushed back. Use his safety instincts against him.
Yeah, and if white starts with knight h5 check, then you can just take and rook d1 g3 followed by queen h2 checkmate. So this isn't a clever idea. Yeah, tough.
Yeah, this is over. Arjun knows it's over. He's just taking a little time here to say goodbye to the tournament. Going through the 5 stages of grief. Depta. There we can see it. But yeah, he's shown what an amazing player he is. Yet again. Just push Wesley to our look at Wesley. He's nodding. He knows it's over as well.
Yeah, Wesley is very satisfied. I mean, everything went according to plans. And no move. Yeah, white has no move. I mean, white needs to acknowledge that it's perpetual check, but it means the end of the road. So probably white will try something and lose the game instead.
What can you try even? Like, you can't play a rook down.
Well, I mean, this line we take on d1 and then this knight h5 check you mentioned and the run with the king to g3.
Yeah, but it's also going to be perpetual or mate very, very quickly.
Exactly.
Queen is just way too far away. Like a checkmate or give perpetuals.
And that's why it was so good judgment by Wesley. He knew that this is such a concrete line and such direct play that he needs to spend time and find the right moves because clock issue won't matter if he plays correct.
Wesley so staying alive, and we get, I think it's fair to say, the big 3. Carlsen, Nakamura, and Wesley So fighting for tournament victory. These are the winners of the Champions Chess Tour, of the Global Chess Championship, and of the Speed Chess Championship, respectively. And it's not a coincidence we have these three guys as the last three guys standing in this event as well.
Yeah, that's for sure. But also some danger is coming from Division 2. Fabiano Caruana is still in action. Vladimir Kramnik is also there. What kind of players might qualify to Division 1? It's gonna be sensational. But they are still far away. They have to fight. Yeah, there is still so much fight there. So let's not speculate.
It's over, Arjun. I'm sorry.
And he goes for knight h5. I told you that he will prefer to lose instead of making a draw.
Yeah, that's normal.
But now it just... I mean, as you said, Black has perpetual check if he doesn't want to give checkmate. That's also... I mean, just queen h2 check looks good enough, yeah?
But is it a perpetual?
I mean, I thought that bishop c4 check can be also included. And then
Black is winning, but maybe it's not a perpetual at least.
Yeah, but you can only remove, I mean, stop perpetual with rook d1 when you are not settling anything and I'm collecting and just winning.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, there are no threats. So there is no need to do any fancy stuff, just the most primitive, straightforward business.
Queen h2 plate, king f1. Yeah, I think that's what Wesley's got to do. Computer's showing all kinds of king f6 moves, winning, stopping rook g8, but there's no need for funky business.
Yeah, when you just see that actually everything works according to the plan, then no reason. I mean, even bishop c4 check is not necessary, but I just want to make sure that the white king won't even have the chance of running upwards. Yeah, but
it's not running very far. Yeah,
yeah, it doesn't threaten anything. But still, bishop c4 check feels clean. But okay, Wesley goes for this, yeah, queen h1. It's good enough. He can still include... no, bishop c4, then king f3. Be careful, that would be the only mistake. Now it's time to collect.
Yeah, now he just keeps giving checks until the rook goes backwards. Then he pushes his cheap pawn. And that's it. Although the way he did it, he needs one more quiet move maybe, yeah, which is not ideal.
Okay,
queen e2, rook d2. He has to move the queen again.
Yes, I mean, that's why bishop c4 check was cleaner, but okay.
Yeah. e2 plate, rook d2 will happen. But the white queen is still too far away from the action. Oh, and rook d2, can you take and go g2?
Yes.
That's maybe the simplest.
That's the most humano. But okay, then queen takes a5. White might collect some.
We play f6.
Okay, take. Yes. Yeah, and Arjun goes king c1, but okay, this is basically also capitulation. Yeah, queen e1 check, and you don't benefit anything. So it ends with a perpetual.
No, the draw is enough. Yeah. Solid performance by Mr. So very up to the challenge in this second game. And he moves on to the losers final against Hikaru Nakamura. Congratulations to Wesley, showing his class as we expected him to.
Yeah, incredible power performance by him. And also a big congratulations for Arjun for this wonderful event. I mean, he played such incredible chess. But yeah, Wesley was still stronger in this match.
Yeah, But will Wesley have enough left in the tank to deal with Hikaru Nakamura? What's the format? It's 2 games, yeah? Do you think it's just going to be 2 quick draws and they play Armageddon?
Only 2 games. And in this regard, one could argue that even playing these 2 games might be a good warm-up, yeah? Because it did not feel like this is too exhausting. You get your mindset. The players anyway used to playing 4 rapid game matches. So I'm curious to see who will benefit.
Yeah, I argued against it yesterday, but Wesley plays Title Tuesdays to warm up, so what do I know? I'm a bit worried there, or not worried, but I wouldn't be surprised if they made 2 quick draws. Hikaru always seems thrilled to get to this Armageddon, and Wesley usually seems thrilled not to be in any danger of losing a game, which if you make a draw, you're not. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, could easily be. The question is that what will be Wesley's strategy? Definitely will try to push with the white pieces because he is the better prepared opponent.
Not sure if it's definitely.
Well,
I'm still betting on 2 quick draws.
Yeah, but he's more active. Yeah, I mean, he's playing classical tournaments. He has played Waikanzi. I mean, he has to work much harder than Hikaru, who is basically specializing now on the fast play time control.
I'm not saying it would be a bad strategy. I'm saying I don't think he'll do it. But I'm happy to be proven wrong.
We would all love to see some incredible intense fights.
Here, an intense fight in the 2nd division comes to an end. Corona drawing the 2nd game against Yu Yang Yi. Vladimir Kramnik still in action against Nodibek Yakuboyev.
And this is very important, very crucial, because Kramnik has won the 1st game with the black pieces. It's also 2 games match only. And Yakuboyev needs to win. And he has a chance. It's a very double-edged position. And Kramnik down to 40 seconds.
96. Kramnik is an exchange down. Has some activity.
Yeah, and GF King D4 going for it, and Rook G1 check, trying to target Black's King on G6. It's the razor sharp business. You want to run? Yeah, but first the Rook has to move. In this case, there will be some E6 idea, but of course, Black also has the F pawn running. C4 kicking the bishop away. Very nice, because there is no good square. Yeah, apparently bishop g8 all the way back doesn't look so attractive, but Black has to do it. On the board, King h7, e6 followed by King e5, and then bishop f5, trying to dominate. That's very much Kramnik style, but it apparently does not work according to computer.
Black has too much material to be dominated, but it's pretty.
Finally, when bishop f5 check comes with rook on e7, you can just take and pick up the e6 pawn.
Vladimir Kramnik in the green t-shirt.
Yeah, King e5 played.
Here comes the f pawn.
Yeah. And then rook f1, rook e7, knight e4, trying to go for knight f6 check.
King g7 is nice.
Okay, but down to 20 seconds. This is still... And Yakuboyev plays king. I mean, these Nodia backs are just so strong. Amazing.
Yeah. Fortunately, there's only 2 of them. Imagine we had like 15 Nodia backs who are all just as strong.
They are coming. Probably they are coming.
Maybe there are more, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, takes b5, immediately counterplay on the queen side.
Is the problem, yeah. No. There's no way back here. Yes, no back.
Yeah, just
b4,
a4, a4.
As the old books say.
Wow.
Oh, but king of 8. What kind of move is this? Wasting some time.
Yeah, and allowing white to activate his king. Now the knight is threatening to join the party. Knight c5, knight d7 check. Knight e5.
Gets you confused what kind of matches is this? The second division, which we haven't followed much because we focus on the first one, but bunch of tremendous players in there, as we've mentioned plenty. Jan Nepomniachtchi played, Fabian Caruana, Vladimir Kramnik. You could easily fill a very exciting super tournament with players from the second division. Dubov was playing.
Yeah, and now Kramnik is probably escaping. And this is the losers bracket in the second division. So Kramnik actually needs to win to stay alive. I mean, needs to win this match.
Still has some work, but should be a draw now, yeah? Just 2 pawns.
It's Fabi versus Yuanji, the winners bracket, so they still have the right to lose one match. Still annoying, yeah, Beasley coming.
Is this a fortress?
Well, not sure that this is a fortress. Because the king can be cut on the fort.
He doesn't take, but now...
Now b2 and then rook takes h5.
This guy is dangerous. Yeah, this guy is dangerous. Rook h5 is there.
Check.
No, this is winning.
And Kramnik very
Rook
upset.
h4.
Look at this.
Ah, yeah, he missed
He
rook
just
h5.
lost. Yeah, he just lost the game on the spot. Wow. So it will get down to Armageddon here as well.
Yeah, this is over. I like keeping the king and the rook on squares of opposite colors, then you can't blunder a fork. No, just queen ch pawn. Not a fair race.
Wow, Yakuboev fought back against Vladimir Kramnik, winning with the black pieces on demand.
Yes, these days. Good job by Yakuboev. Doesn't look like a kid, frankly.
Well, he showed some skills at the Olympiad.
Sure.
We have seen him in action.
I was there.
Ah, yes, it was against Matthias Brubaum, right?
Yeah.
Penultimate round, or when it was.
Yeah. No, a bit earlier, but it was a painful match. Yeah. We lost to Uzbekistan, who went on to win it all. So, Tiris, do we have any info when the Nakamura So match will kick off? Meantime.
In 5 minutes, so very
5
soon.
minutes? Okay. Then we'll be back in 4 minutes and a half with the big match of the day. Hikaru Nakamura versus Wesley So, the Americans trying to determine who faces Magnus Carlsen in the big final. See you then.
It's time to take control of your journey towards chess mastery. Magnus Carlsen introduces Chessable, the definitive solution for studying chess. Move Trainer uses the science of spaced repetition to identify your strengths and eliminate your weaknesses. There's no need to set up a board, remember which page you're on, or keep track of all the moves you miss. Move Trainer empowers you to go from the opening to the end game with confidence. It's a seamless, effective, and fun way to study chess. Choose from one of the largest online chess libraries in the world, with hundreds of titles ranging from classic books through to our exclusive Chessable courses, including over 100 free courses. Get expert insights from International Master John Bartholomew, Grandmaster Sam Shankland, International Master Christoph Silecki, Grandmaster Simon Williams, World Champion Magnus Carlsen, and hundreds of other instructors. Get started now and join our growing community of over 100,000 chess enthusiasts at chessable.com. Chessable, take control of your journey towards chess mastery.
Hi there, it's me, John Chess, inventor of chess. And are you sick of sucking at chess? Well, lucky for you, I have also invented aim chess. Look at this chess puzzle. Did you solve it? Of course not, that's because you're not using Aim Chess. Aim Chess is a digital chess trainer that helps you improve by creating unique lessons based on your recent games. Just link your chess.com or VChess account and feel that brain wrinkle. Yeah, see, you shouldn't have blundered your queen just there. Now I know! Thanks, Aim Chess! Now all that's left to figure out is how that funny horse moves. They even got acquired by that one chess player other than Hikaru, so you know it's good. Hi, it's me, that guy I just mentioned, and I am the best chess man in the world. But thanks to Aim Chess, I also have a girlfriend now as well. This could be you! Personalized training, game reports and analysis disease, study plans, thick, luscious hair, intuition builder, all this and more available on Aim Chess.
Hello?
Courtney, did you know that Aim Chess users improve their ratings 43% faster than average?
What?
So what are you waiting for? Join Aim Chess today. Links will be somewhere, probably. I don't know, I just made the video. Aim Chess. Sign up now and get 50k silver and 2 free months off your VPN. Now that's what I call a Queen's Gambit. That's so fucking dumb. Aim Chess. For when you aim to chess. That's their slogan. It's what they say. Ready, aim, chess. That's another. Look, just sign up for Aim Chess, okay? Just, come on, literally, why not? Alright, just stop being a dick for like 5 seconds and just go, alright? Jesus Christ.
Chessable, the definitive solution for studying chess. Choose from one of the largest online chess libraries in the world, with hundreds of titles ranging from classic books through to our exclusive Chessable courses.
Welcome everybody. My name is Jan Pomnishi, former world chess champion.
Are starting a new course here for Chessable.
A very special Chessable course.
Master your chess with Judith Polgar.
You know what? I learned a lot.
This whole concept of just bulldozing the Black King, jumping in there with the Queen, and making sure the Rook comes in with a ladder mate is everything this chapter is about.
Everything this chapter is about.
The point is, I don't want you to get a move that's not in the course and go, I don't know what to do!
I don't know what to do!
92% of games get to this position. From this position, white is winning about 60-70% of the time. And I think if you learn these lines, that very easily could be 75% or 80% for you.
It doesn't look like much, but neither would a Sicilian defense to the untrained eye. This is a performance enhancer. You don't see it? How about now? Manage your air quality, sharpen your performance, change the game with Airthings.
Welcome back. The match of the day is about to begin. Wesley So versus Hikaru Nakamura. The winner faces Magnus Carlsen in the big final. And we have liftoff. 1e4 on the board. My money is still on 2 quick draws. I'm happy to be proven wrong. Let's see what happens.
Well, I was actually also thinking that who is more fresher here? Let's not forget. No, with the
Bishop c4, good sign. He's not playing for a draw.
We're gonna see. I wanted to speculate that after all, Wesley had a much shorter match than Hikaru yesterday, and I mean, Hikaru was also not so impressive with his play against Magnus, so Wesley should be optimistic and should get confidence that he needs to challenge him, not to get to this Armageddon. In Armageddon, Hikaru is always very strong.
I agree. Will he be able to do it, both chess-wise and talk himself into it? They continue the debate of this slow Italian line that they played in their last match as well. And Wesley played without Ponte. I know this line, actually. This is what Magnus did against
Levon.
Kayakin as well, I think. Or no,
yeah, but also against Levon in St. Louis.
Yes. This before with the idea, okay, too. I recall we were looking at this, and it's always gets very sharp. This King H8, typical counter, and after H3. Sometimes F5 works, sometimes Knight H6, tending F5. Can get very messy. But Wesley surely knows what he's doing. As we mentioned, that's the one advantage he has. His openings might be a little better than Hikaru's.
But on the other hand, Hikaru might have anticipated this. But look at this. He just goes back Knight
yeah,
F6.
He doesn't want any drama, but that means he just lost time with his Knight G4 operation.
Yeah. And King H8 is not always so useful for black. No. Yeah, you are tempted then to go for some Knight G8 F5 business, but I mean, this doesn't feel right.
Yeah, he knew this idea, but now he had a change of heart when Wesley blitzed out F5. He probably thought, okay, I don't really want to find out what's in store here or whatever. Could be right. I think in this move order, this wasn't so great, this Knight G4. But yeah, now he just lost the tempo compared to normal stuff. Or and at least the tempo.
Also, once you played with King H8, you can't play this rock solid H6 Rook E8 Bishop E6 line anymore.
No. Yeah, Hikaru messed up a little. It's surprising that he will blitz out his Knight G4 when he's not sure about the follow-up, no? Because he can't play normal like any move. Bishop E6, H6, Knight E7, nothing has happened in particular.
But okay, if you play Bishop E6, then it means that you allow your opponent to take and you have to play this FE6 structure. Yeah, like you said, you are not such a big fan of those.
No, I understand. I'm just saying there are plenty normal moves here before. It's not threatening anything directly, you just get a game. H6 played, yeah, now he's back to playing normal, but as you mentioned, you can't follow it up with Rook E8. So you might have to play Bishop E6 anyway.
Yeah, Knight F1, Bishop E6, and then you get to those positions which actually consider that when white gets pawn to A4, B4, then white has the upper hand. And usually that's why the line with A5 became so popular back then, like 5-6 years ago, that then you can trade on E6 without problem if white is not able to push those pawns.
Computer's giving King G8, sign that the king on H8 is not ideal. Yeah, this went horribly for Hikaru. It's just too tempi down. And I'm happy I was wrong. Wesley chose to make it a fight. Maybe surprised Hikaru a little bit with his B4. And got the upper hand. Now Hikaru will have to show the skill. He's shown us over and over again that he can defend any position.
Yeah, but the point is that I believe Wesley is a huge fan of our broadcast. He likes to tune in. And you were explaining everything, what he has to do. He shouldn't be doing that and that against Wesley, against Hikaru. He's following your advice.
I'm sure that's exactly what happened in the break. He switched on the show. And
no. I mean, after you remember what you were criticizing Wesley for not pushing against Hikaru in the previous match. And then it backfired in the Armageddon. So now he knows that, okay, we might reach Armageddon, but I have to try to do everything before.
Yeah, he's very much doing that. It's nice to broadcast. Not so much easier to criticize than to play.
No, we are just advising, yeah? We have so much respect for the players. We just try to give some more little advice, some hints here and there.
Yeah, that's important to mention once in a while with all the criticism. These are amazing chess players, and what they can do, how much they work on their craft is absolutely thrilling. 97 played.
Yeah, knight
once
g3,
again,
knight g6. It's the traditional position, but as you mentioned, yeah,
some
white.
tempo down.
Exactly. Usually it would be pawn on b2 and rook on
King on
a1.
g8, pawn on b2, rook on
Yes.
a1, yeah.
Yes. But okay, how much this b4 and rook a2 hurts white when he's fighting for advantage, we don't know yet.
But d4, yeah, it's always a big question because the typical counter is takes, and d5. Can you still do this, or is white too active now? I think this could be a question.
Yeah, humanly these positions never look so clear, but computer always likes them for white.
Yeah, here he really likes.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
queen
okay,
c1 move.
c6 would be logical, yeah, some human move.
Yeah, I think.
Oof,
just
yeah,
wants to
and
list.
there was a game, I think Magnus used this bishop d2 queen c1 idea against Hikaru in one of those finals. And then knight h5 also hinting on the g7 pawn if black plays king h7.
Once again, the stupid king on h8, yeah, like it's standing in the line of fire. Now Wesley goes queen b3, targets the f7 pawn, saying if you go king g8, then I'll really play d4. I eliminated d5 as well. I think that's his point after any move. Yeah, he just wants d4 now.
But can we go queen e8 or queen e8? Anyway, d4.
If I go d4,
no, I wanted
b5.
b5, yeah, that was my trick.
It's nice.
And I wanted to point out that if after queen e8 you have to react against b5, then I might go bishop e6. And this structure, then queen e8 anyway fitted into this construction.
Yeah, maybe he has to try this. Still some suffering, but it looks like a very smart move.
Yeah, what else? I mean, king g8, look, yeah, queen e8 on the board. That's Hikaru, he will fight.
We should switch the names, by the way. Hikaru Nakamura with the black pieces. Or we should switch camps yet. There you go.
And Hikaru is in a fighting pose already. He knows that he messed up something and he cannot make one more inaccuracy. He will be super sharp from now on. He will be super sharp.
It's also typical for him. Yeah, he might take some liberties early on, but then when he's with his back to the wall, no more messing around.
Yeah, that used to be his character trait always. Yeah, I remember that already like 10-15 years ago. It was common knowledge that okay, you can get a better position against Hikaru, but it doesn't mean anything.
Wesley will be calculating this d4, b5 now. If he decides he shouldn't allow it, he'll probably go a5 or b5, but b5 looks a bit strange. It's probably a5. And maybe queen b3 wasn't ideal, yeah, because of this super precise move. And yeah, he plays b5 actually.
He played b5, but I'm not such a big fan of this b5. Yeah, bishop e6, as you mentioned. Yeah, this b5 opens up some things. Yeah, in fact, I would go as far that, okay, I don't really understand because now after b5, you are not really starting to go d4 anymore. And then, okay, I just go bishop e6. I'm not even afraid of the capture on e6. Why would I?
No, Wesley missed his queen e8. Yeah, he thought he was being precise, queen b3 and then d4 without allowing d5. This counter confused him. And now Hikaru's back.
Yes,
Just take, wants to go bishop e6 then.
Yes.
Of course, take's slightly scary because you're worried about the pin, but white not in time yet. And
probably the reason, actually, I think we have to mention this because it's a very important nuance that I think the reason why Wesley was tempted to go for b5 that he wanted to make use of his rook on a2 because with rook on a1, b5 would have not worked because of bishop takes f2 trick. Yeah, so he knew this and then he felt like, okay, if I already have the rook on a2, I want to make use of this, that bishop f2 is not a problem. Yeah, white has to play white has to try d4 probably. I mean, but I don't feel that now that the a file was opened up that this is so much. But still, this has to be played.
Like this, and you sort of stabilize it.
Yeah. And now if black king would be on g8, I think we would claim that black is already perfectly fine. With a king on h8, we still need one more move to correct everything.
Yeah. d4 played. This looks very normal. What else?
Yeah, the problem is I would prefer not to take on c4, but we can't play bishop b6 before capturing on c4, so that's why we will be forced, because now e6 would be hanging. This is the problem. So, and we definitely want to get that bishop to b6 somehow. So then takes bishop b6, rook a8, queen a8. For a moment it looks scary because the queen moved away from the king side. Maybe some knight f5 motifs against the pawn on h6, but I don't see it happen. Then queen e8 back, and then queen to e6. Yeah, and it's on the board. Bishop takes c4 played, and bishop b6.
Bishop b6, yeah. Very stable. Yeah, Wesley has to take.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay, we
I
assume
was wondering about this, but leaving this rook active somehow feels strange here. Rook a5 or rook a1.
Exactly. I mean, you just can't control everything, yeah, so you probably better take on a8, and most probably black will anyway have to retreat with his queen back to the center.
Yeah.
There is nothing to catch on the a file.
Here gives this.
Exactly.
Super stable.
Tiny bit better still for white.
But the whole structure doesn't look so scary, no? Even if we manage to take and take here, the white pawns will also be a bit vulnerable always. I think Hikaru will manage from here.
Also, the feeling is that, Wesley takes on a8. Wesley and bishop e3 played as well. Wesley might feel that there was probably something more in the position earlier.
Yeah, no, clearly queen b3, he let Hikaru off the hook a little bit. Yeah, this queen b3, b5 combo gave black some air.
Now, do we go probably queen c8 we go, yeah? Just to be also ready for this d, bishop b6, c takes b6 business.
Your move, king g8, also mentioned by Compy Boy. That looks scary, no? To waste move.
No, I mean, king g8 once, everything else is correct. No, in this position, not. First, bring the queen back, queen c8.
Kramnik, by the way, bid 730 in the Armageddon against Yakuboyev.
Wow.
That's brazen.
So probably everybody's following the show. Yeah, everybody is looking at this market prices in the Blitz, this Armageddon bidding procedure.
Not sure if everybody's following the show, but clearly people are thinking about it.
Yeah, people are thinking. Okay, I mean, you don't even have to follow the show. You just read the news, yeah? It was all around the place, this 859, 858. Magic. Yeah, now it's a tough call for black, yeah, because one hand, you would love to make use that you got the a5 with the queen, and bringing it back, for example, to c8, it still requires some, you have to overwind yourself, yeah, it's just not coming naturally. Yeah, with king on g8, black would play rook e8. Yeah, that would be the most natural move in the position. With king on g8, the rook on f8 still does not participate in the game. We would love to, but now with the hanging pawn on f7, we can't do that. Queen c8 also does not solve that issue yet with the f7 pawn. So maybe when queen e8, yeah, queen e8 is on the board. But then, okay, rook e8 anyway can't be played.
Yeah, queen e6. Also, queen e6, how happy are we? No, white takes everything. Still some weird pawns. But it feels like with these pawns, they're also weird. There should always be enough play.
Exactly, yeah, the b5 pawn is very vulnerable and opens up the c5 square for black.
Let's say, I don't know, play rook a1. Do you want to do this?
Well, here probably you will benefit with some rook a7 maybe, but...
Exactly.
Yeah, takes everything.
Even this, I'm not sure it's so much.
Yeah, if knight d7, knight c5 comes, you bring the king to the center, it should be doable. So tough, yeah, this Italians, yeah. Tiny little ages and then how to proceed, how to keep the pressure going. Do you release the tension or not? Do you have one more useful move before releasing the tension? All these kind of finesses. Super delicate.
Yeah. So when people start playing a5, it can get razor sharp, but you're not often in these situations. No, white has this tiny pull. Wesley looking for a move. Computer gives rook d1, but that's too deep for me to understand. Of course, white could take directly. The structure really doesn't look like anything.
Yeah, I mean, you have to play rook d1, then probably you challenge with queen c8.
Okay, he keeps asking some tiny questions now.
I mean, for example, if you play rook d8, it's interesting that if you trade the rooks, who benefits? Yeah, takes.
What happened? He played move. He went queen b4.
He played queen b4.
Very deep. What's that about?
Well, after king g8, because, okay, black will play the move king g8 now for sure. Because also queen b8 indirectly eyeing the rook on f8. You want to protect that for sure. And the move c4 forces e takes d4, but I think we are happy with this. E d4, bishop takes d4, takes. And then some queen e5. It's also then Hikaru's territory. He starts to jump, rook e8, some active play.
Yeah.
No.
But it has to be the point of queen b4. No, I don't see the idea if it's not coming. Hikaru doesn't go king g8, goes knight d7 directly.
Oh, wow, but now knight d2, knight c4 is there. Was Wesley preparing this devilish knight d2, knight c4?
Okay, it's hard to anticipate knight d7, but maybe that's the point.
Yeah, no, we were speculating that what did he want with queen b4? Definitely, yeah, knight d2 on the board. Super smart. Keep some tension. Okay, he's behind on the clock, 30 seconds, 20 seconds. Not the end of the war, still 6 minutes 30. The next couple of moves will be very important. That will Wesley be able to get something out of it, or Hikaru just neutralizes the pressure?
Knight d7 feels a little unharmonious, no? Like it's releasing the pressure on the z4 pawn, allowing this maneuver. Like, yeah, maybe Wesley's back with some chances.
But on the other hand, yeah, wow, Hikaru goes for knight h4. This is quite a committal move. He's insisting on going f5. But where does it lead? I mean, I don't feel the danger because the knight on g3 is wonderfully placed. So if I continue with knight c4...
Let's go, see what happens.
Yeah, we have to take. We take. And okay, queen back to b1, for example, with a tempo, yeah? This I would love to do.
Yeah, often black, it looks like he's going for an attack, but he really just weakens his own king, yeah? Like now the white king is safer. Don't love this for black.
Yeah, also white will try to keep the knight on c4 as long as possible, not to capture on b6 yet. Keep this tension there. But it's Hikaru style, yeah. He loves to create some counterplay. The only question is this counterplay or it was just better to sit tight.
Kudos to Wesley for going for a full-fledged fight here. Keeps finding resources. He's doing what his fans wanted him to do. And he has some chances. Also, to play f5 or not is not such an easy decision, yeah, because you could also be ruining your position.
Exactly, it's a very tough call. But on the other hand, if you played knight to h4, it's also a little bit
Sort of
strange
committed,
yeah, if you don't play it. Because instead of knight h4, he could have maybe put the queen to e6 and then try to play against knight c4, ed, cd, d5. That was like a strategical.
And he goes ed, cd, and f5.
Wow.
What's going on? ef, knight f5. We have no trick.
Well, it feels like there is something. First of all, the rook on e1 is protected by the queen on b4. Yeah,
exactly. That's bishop h6.
But bishop h6, then can you touch the b5 pawn? No, you can't. I mean, queen h5 doesn't help.
Yeah, we just go back.
Well, also some g4 moves are there, but yeah, you can just go back. Wow, and ef on the board. Yeah, ef on the board and queen f7.
Ah, that's his point.
But hang on now, knight b6, d5, double attack on the knight on h4 and on b6, and then we will be able to destroy the pawn structure after knight f5. Take on b6, I don't know how much is this. Takes, but it should be at least, but black is active, yeah, queen f5, queen d4. How much is this? But it's something.
Something.
Yeah. Yeah, Wesley needs to spot this because it's such a lovely motive. Otherwise, Hikaru might get what he wants. If black is able to recapture on f5 and then sit on d5 square, then actually it will be very nice for black.
So resourceful.
Yeah, Hikaru is resourceful and Wesley is very good, yeah? So I'm expecting knight b6 and d5 to be on the board.
Kremlin game, complete mess, by the way. It's Armageddon. We won't spend much time on it, but yeah.
Wow.
He's entertaining us, but he's lost.
Yeah, he's losing. Yeah, this is of course unfortunate because I was really rooting for Vlad.
Chose 7:30 against 50 minutes. Time is running out.
I think one of the things that is so tricky in this position that black is also hinting at some queen d5 threatening g2 with a checkmate, right? So black actually wants to go queen d5 and then to notice that you can you take on b6 take and then d5 because already queen d5 you are hitting the knight. It's not easy. And it's on the board. Knight b6 and d5 will be blitzed out because that's the point.
Happening. Yeah. Nice spot. Knight f5 first.
Yeah, and then we go all the way to take, queen d4. We stabilize and okay. It feels like black has excellent drawing chances, but
still fighting for it. He has the weaker king, only 2 pawns covering it.
Okay,
and also Wesley will be happy. All danger is gone, everything under control. Still some chances.
Yeah, but he needs to speed up because he's a little bit low on the clock. And he's taking his, I mean, what are his other options? Because is he considering that to let knight take gc, fgc structure and then he can hide his king on h2 very nicely, but d5 pawn is hanging. I mean, how do we defend it? I mean, queen e4.
Queen e4 maybe.
Yeah, knight gc, fg, and then try to get king h2 and then try to squeeze this position.
Hard to say.
Also something.
Yeah.
Now I understand, but this is the worst scenario that he spots 2 options. But
he went with the normal one. Yeah. Takes queen f5, queen d4.
Yeah, how to play with black? Yeah, king g. Do you want some king g8, rook e7, rook f7 business? Yeah, that the king will protect then the rook, so that after queen takes b6, we always have queen takes d5. That's kind of because the big question for me was that how do we face this rook e7? But here the king g8 helps, and then rook e8, rook f8, for example. What is this? But even this queen's endgame can be a bit tricky. But hang on, if you play king h2, then queen e5 check would be a big turnaround, or not? No, you are in time to reach e4. Okay. I was already hallucinating that white loses the pawn on d5, but no, it's not losing. Okay.
See, but yeah, king j8 looks like a good start. Then Wesley's to decide if he wants to keep the rooks on the board. I'll go for the queen endgame.
Or just to play rook f7. I mean, definitely want to move this king to h7 or g8. I mean, I was not sure that rook e6 might be a threat. Yeah, he goes king h7.
And rook e7, I still want rook f7, yeah?
He still wants, yeah, the queen will hide the d5 pawn also from f7. But after rook e6,
rook f6.
Yeah. Rook f6, yeah, what is this endgame? Takes. I mean, we have a lot of weaknesses. No picnic, this endgame.
More islands than Japan.
Rook e7 played. I mean, actually, if Wesley goes for rook e7, rook f7, rook e6, that would be super impressive because computer was saying that this is smart. But I did not really know.
I don't understand the difference, but yeah, maybe it's nobody does take.
He takes. And okay, he just wants to give the check, queen e4 check, so he made sure that black's queen is passive.
Queen e6 can do that. Takes king g8. f4. Maybe you can.
I mean, but you are willing to give up the... you want to protect the pawn.
I wanted to cover it.
Yeah, but I mean g4, king g2, and then h4 and things like this are the natural way to play in time trouble.
Still some chances. But it's Hikaru.
I mean, serious chances. It's not so easy because if white also goes h4, king g2, and eventually if you go after the b5 pawn with something like queen c7, queen c5, then g5 mating net might appear against black's king. It's these queen endgames are so terrible. It's so hard to play when you have to defend. Wesley is enjoying this.
No cemento.
Yeah. And white has so easy moves. King g2, king g3, h4. I mean, everything comes, everything you can play at tempo. Black is the one who needs to decide, and he has to make some very tough decisions. Do I go after this b5 pawn? Can I go? Eventually, white can also just protect that pawn. g5 play.
He's gone g5. Now, apparently queen e6 works.
Well, but
why does this work?
Yeah, this you need to calculate that. What is this? You have to play f4. Only this. But who can calculate this?
Maybe Wesley.
Yeah, probably could be. No, but Wesley misses the
White
chance.
wins. Yeah.
Wow.
Check, but there's no threatening, I think.
I mean, okay, he
So
played
this
king
is-
g2, king g7, queen d4 check. But yeah, what an incredible idea, this queen e6. It looked like it's impossible, but yeah, this f4, brilliant.
Very pretty. Going for a pawn and game a pawn down, which is winning.
If Hikaru escapes and then Wesley realizes that he had this chance, that will be the worst scenario. Yeah, now Hikaru made a big step forward because he stopped this h4 plan, he secured his king, and he set up some fortress. It will be very tough for white to make any progress.
Yeah, because this g5 was a good move strategically. There was just this one moment to punish it here with queen e6.
Yeah, and black also does not really have, because, okay, queen f8, you are completely paralyzed, then queen g6 comes.
And you can never move there.
Yes.
Zugzwang immediately.
Wow.
But Wesley missed the chance, and it's a very weird chance because normally you see queen e6, okay, takes king g7, king f6, and I'm losing the pawn.
Exactly, and if something goes wrong, you can lose the game immediately. So that's the reason why it was so difficult.
Now it feels like Hikaru will hang in there.
But I have seen, Magnus in his element in these queen endgames, and he's torturing his over. So maybe Wesley can also just play on forever. Yeah, queen f3. He gets the queen to f5. He might also still have then this queen e6 idea with the pawn endgame, because now it's clear that you can just then push f4 and win. You are not sacrificing 2 pawns.
Did we lose Hikaru? Did he disappear?
No, he's there, but he's very unhappy. Yeah, he thought like he already set up some kind of a fortress, but it's just the beginning. The torture continues.
Queen e8. This allows check in h4, which apparently is strong.
Wesley gave the check on d3. Yeah, he wants to... What he wants?
No, this looks normal still.
So Hikaru is inviting queen f5 check. He does not mind it.
Why doesn't he mind? If h4 directly, and then queen e5.
Yeah, then black gets active. No, you don't want to let happen. Yes, so super tough to play this queen again with 1 minute on the clock. Queen f3 check played.
It's just repeating moves, no? g6. Here comes the queen. Now we should go h4. I mean, the pawn is hanging, so that's why it's not automatic.
But also queen e6 is so tempting. Why isn't queen e6 a move?
Queen b5.
Queen takes d6. And then queen d3 check, and you are coming... Yeah, king g2, queen e4.
On the board,
yeah.
On the board.
Yeah, it was logical, but apparently it was a mistake.
Oh, and Hikaru doesn't take on b5. Goes queen f8.
Wow.
Tries to sit and wait, but also good. Yeah, this h4 apparently was the moment.
Yeah, to eliminate this monster pawn from g5. Yeah, this monster pawn stopping any kind of advance of white's kingside pawns, plus queen f4 check is always there as a counterplay.
g6. Now black is sitting there again, and I think Wesley has to regroup. Like do the whole dance again. Queen e3, king g2 he goes. King
but
G2
it allows queen f4.
Yeah, blitzed out, of course. Are looking a little calmer.
Yeah, because this feels like if this is not a fortress, then nothing.
Yeah.
And it was so much more worse before.
What can you do? Can you go queen e3?
That's
not
the
even
question.
sure the pawn endgame is so great. He goes queen e2. But yeah, white has made a lot of progress.
The pawn endgame you can even lose. Yeah, king f6 and then king e5, e4, king d4.
Yeah, wasn't a very good idea.
That's the problem. But okay, it's a psychological battle. If now Wesley will be able to force that queen back, then he... Wow, queen f3. What is... No! Oh no, queen f3 was winning on the spot.
Threefold. But he missed queen f3?
Queen f3 was winning on the spot. Just without any sacrifices, nothing.
Hikaru's upset here that he blundered this, but he got away with it. But this just came over. This is hot.
This is brutal, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this might actually be a turning point. I don't know how Wesley will handle this, because if he realizes that queen f3 was winning on the spot, and instead of this, you ended up in a threefold repetition.
That's sick, because yeah, this one, there's nothing to calculate. It's just resigns.
Yeah, queen f6 would be the only move, yeah, that you can't... I mean, you can probably even take, but just king g3 first. You can play king g3, and then you take and push f4 and resigns.
Yeah, game over. Oof. Big chance missed there in the end by Wesley. Oh yeah, blitzed out because I didn't have much time. Queen e6. Probably didn't know it was a threefold repetition.
But hang on, how did this happen? Because the queen just reached f4. I mean, how come? They repeated so many times?
Or did he offer a draw?
Look at this.
So
This is
queen
the
f4,
first
we have
moment,
this.
yeah? Ah, so king g7,
Two.
this is not a threefold.
And here we are. This is the...
3 times the same position.
I can't count. Let's see again.
Yeah, this is first. Queen
This is
f4
the
was the
first,
first.
yeah.
Yeah, queen f4. That's why he
This is the
Wesley
second.
got fooled. Yeah,
Yeah. And this is the third, yeah.
yeah. It's
Correct.
not a threefold repetition. It's 3 times mirror position.
Yeah. Yeah, tough break for Wesley. Oh, yeah, queen f3. Well, easy to say. They should have spotted.
Well, but I mean, it was always the question that when can you trade the queens?
Here you can.
Here you can, that's for sure. Oh my God. What a golden opportunity. And now, okay. It will be so tough, yeah, because Wesley will realize to his horror immediately that I had queen f3 winning on the spot.
Yeah. Now, Hikaru Nakamura white in the next game. Will we see a quick draw in Armageddon?
Well, I hope not, because Wesley should, I mean, Hikaru should try to utilize that Wesley is probably disbalanced after this mischance.
Cynic that I am, I still expect the Berlin draw and the Armageddon. But I hope for more drama than that. We will come back with the game that might decide who faces Magnus Carlsen in the big final tomorrow. If it ends with a draw, we'll get an Armageddon after that. Thank you so much for watching. The clash between the two American stars about to continue. Welcome back, everybody. The second game between Hikaru Nakamura and Wesley So is just kicking off. Hikaru Nakamura with the white pieces now. First game ended in a draw. What will be his strategy? Will he opt for the Armageddon? Wesley's not there. His clock is running. Hikaru made the first move, and there's Wesley coming back. Lost some seconds there, but doesn't look overly rattled by it. Sits down, makes a move.
Yeah, let's see. Wow, no,
And
this
we
is
get
not
the Berlin. This is
not
not going to be a long
starting
game.
good.
Yep. No surprises there. El Clasico. How often have we seen this very game? Even these two players, they must have played this game like 100 times against each other at this point.
Yeah, I'm of course
Wesley's still very
disappointed.
upset. Look at him. He's very upset that he missed his chance in the last game.
Of course, yeah. Then he would be pushing Hikaru to play a real game, and this is this I feel pity because we know that Hikaru can play such good chess, but we never really get a chance to see him play white. Yeah, I mean, only in the Armageddon. So now everything depends on the bidding procedure. What is your feeling now that knowing this yesterday's episode? How to be smart with the bidding procedure?
I'm not sure. My hunch is it will once again end up around 9 minutes. I'm not sure if they're trying to be cunning with 8:54 or 8:43 or whatever.
But I mean, basically, it's understandable that both feel that they need the black pieces. At least Hikaru definitely wants to get the black
Hikaru wants
pieces.
black for sure, yeah.
Yes. And then the question is for Wesley, now seeing that actually he did manage to outsmart Hikaru with this B4 move order in the first game, that would be an ideal scenario for the Armageddon. But now Hikaru has the couple of minutes break, plus I think that Chris was already working before on the B4 move order, so it won't work for the next game.
No, he needs something fresh, but of course he's deeper into all these move orders in the Italian. Maybe can think of another one. Hard to say, but I would guess they both want black. It's also Wesley's instincts. If he's so well prepared with black as well, if he can fight for survival, doesn't have to think about how to generate winning chances, should come more natural to him. The question is just how much they give up. Like, will we see 8 minutes versus 15?
Yeah, I think
can
that
be dangerous.
Yeah, but I think that we will be seeing something like 7:58. It's my hunch after what we witnessed yesterday.
Very possible, very possible. Then again, it's no increment. And of course, flagging is very much allowed and has to be done in Armageddons. So you have to manage the clock very well if you start with 7:58.
Yeah. I mean, basically, you need a very direct confrontation in the opening. But in this regard, then I feel that something like a Reti would be a nice choice, just as Hikaru chose yesterday. Just some slow play, make sure that there is no direct theoretical debate, move pen, move stuff, that black can immediately solve all the problems, and that you are able to play some very long game.
Second, when is the Armageddon kicking off? Do they get a 10-minute break for this 8-second game?
Usually, yes. Because let's not forget that they have to go through the bidding procedure, so it's not only about focusing on the preparation.
True. It's the bidding, the prep. It's a pity. This is the most exciting part of the show. We should see the bits live on the screen.
We should. Yeah, we should. Yeah. And you remember, I heard Magnus was saying that already during game 4, the reason why he mixed up something in the opening in the Marshall, because he was already thinking about what should be the right bidding strategy for that. That was very interesting.
He didn't think of the moves, but he thought of the 8:58.
And we are getting information. Division 3, there was an incredible clash today between Pragnanda against Sam Sevian. And it turns out, as we are getting the news, that Sevian has made it, which means that he will promote to the 2nd division in the April event.
Congrats to him. Yeah, managed to. Whoa, what happened here? He was slightly worse. And then
But this was probably also the Armageddon game. That's the point, I guess.
Yeah, but some other move and Wesley's chances, at least in the Armageddon. But he blundered with Queen G4, and this ended after Rook G5 all of a sudden. There's no defense because Queen E4 check, Rook F5, counter check. And Black wins. That's a tough one. Queen D1, Queen G2. So Pragg was putting pressure, but then stumbled. And Samsevia made it through. Congrats to him. Now they're incredibly strong young American player.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't be fooled by the ratings here. He's like 2700 in classical. He's just very, very good.
Yeah, the same applies to Pragg. Yeah, I mean, when I also looked at their ratings here, I mean, what is this? It can't be true.
Look at this game, by the way. What happened to Pragg here? Okay, this is some line.
All this very sharp.
Just got crushed, yeah, in this classical style. D4, knight F3 check. Piece sacrifice, knight H5. This looks like the old books, yeah, like.
Exactly.
And it's over. Very nice game by Samsevia.
But wow, so does it mean that it all started that first game was won by Pragg with the black pieces? If I'm saying right.
It's checkmate.
Yeah, started with a win. Then Sevian bounce back in the second game.
Strange choice, no? This position when you're up, but okay, easy to say after it went wrong. But yeah, both won with black. Then a draw in the third game, and I think.
But then
this was the fourth game. This was not Armageddon.
Not Armageddon as well. Exactly.
Even worse, no? White is better without any risk, can push here for a 2.5 or 2-2, and then he threw it all away with this one unfortunate check. Tough break for Pragnanda.
I mean, getting into the final in this Division 3 win, we have heard it was Peter Svidler, Alexander Grischuk. I mean, there were so many incredible players there. Reaching the final was already very good.
Just to show how good these kids are. Yeah, they're there consistently, like Pragnanda and also Samsevia. Bortnik.
Yeah, Sevian was very unfortunate in this play-in tournament because after 7th round, he was on, he was half a point behind Gukesh, or they had equal points, something like this, but he ended up getting 2 blacks and he lost both to Gukesh and then also in the last round against Dubov. So that was the reason why he fall back all the way to Division 3.
We're waiting the bidding procedure here for the Armageddon in Wesley So versus Hikaru Nakamura. But we don't hear anything just yet. Armageddon only tournament. Yeah, I like that idea. Just have every game. You can even make a four Armageddon's game match, like both sides bid on who plays black with what time. Black has draw odds. What's not to like?
And then all the draws are eliminated. Basically,
yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, let's take a look at Predke against Yakubuev. Yeah, there is also this game running in the second division. Who will get the right to challenge Fabi, who has beaten Yu Yanji 2.5 halves, so he is already in the final as the winners bracket final. And here the big fight. I think this is the first game of this match because Yakubuev has just knocked out Kramnik in the Armageddon game.
Yeah, no breaks. Facing Alexander Predke. Not that well known, but another tremendously strong player that we see him. Also, once again, the ratings is 2,582 are a bit deceptive because in classical Predke has been a solid 2,650-ish player for years, no?
I think he's even much, he's like 2690.
Even 90, yeah?
Yes. He's up there. I mean, he also qualified for the FIDE Grand Prix last year. He was playing there. Yakuboev is like 2660 and climbing. He might be already 2670 in the live ratings.
For sure.
All right, here black is just perfectly fine. I mean, there is nothing to worry about.
Yeah, it looks equal.
Time is also fine, yeah. What happened? Which opening? Ah, it was Samuel Solimo. Okay, it was Samuel Solimo. But okay, we are just 1 minute away from Hikaru versus Wesley So, and the bids. What happened? Who won the bidding procedure?
I think who won we will only know after the game. But yeah, who gets black? I guess that's the big prize. And how much were they willing to pay for it? Was it Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, 4 first-round picks? That's too much.
And what happens if both players accidentally bid the same time?
I don't know. I guess we do a new round of bidding, or the air quality is the tiebreaker. Whoever has better air gets the black pieces. That's how I would do it. How's your air today? Let me check my Airthings device. Right on 25. Should be fair. It should be fair.
Well, my numbers are much worse, I think.
Checking.
Also, since we are in non-stop action, there was no time to open the window. I felt like if there will be a 10 minutes break, I will immediately jump to open the window. But we got stuck here with speculation, and we are so eager to be getting any info.
I got fair quality.
Okay. You are in Hamburg?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I mean, in Hamburg, okay, the air should be very good.
I think it's mainly about opening the window or not, Peter. It's not where you are.
Okay, but if you open the window, then fresh air is coming, yeah? That's also very important.
I'm sure you have amazing air in Szeged.
Yeah, well, depends the neighbor which kind of heating system uses, yeah? It's a bit tricky here in Hungary still.
G4 Queen H6, by the way, good move.
Yeah, would be very stylish.
So it's a double attack all of a sudden.
Oh, it's like a shocker.
Yeah.
That's a shocker, yeah. The unexpected
you have to go
turn
G5.
of... No,
That's
G5 is terrible. Oh my god, yeah, but we are forced to.
You got it.
Yeah. No, but I mean, okay, G5, Knight F5, and it's torture time, and okay, with good technique, you really hope to benefit.
He missed his Queen H6 move. Let's see if Yakuboev spots it.
So no news yet about Hikaru, or what?
They might both be upset and have left the premises.
Because yeah, the big question. Wow,
it looks like we're there. We're there. What is this? 1459? That's hard to believe.
No, this is wrong.
No, this is not it. 801. That's more like it.
Wow.
That's more like it. Yeah. Looks like the times are coming down. Yeah, Hikaru's saying, no, 8 minutes are enough for me to play with the black pieces. Do we know who bid what?
We want to know.
What happened here? He went 95. He mixed up the moves.
Wow.
So 95 is a mistake.
Rushing.
27, 22, 95 is what he's supposed to do.
Oh my god. Yeah, because now
White
gets...
just develops comfortably. I'm not sure Bishop D3 is a move. I think he's supposed to go C4, but this also looks better for White.
Yeah, okay, D6 played
D6. Now? Yeah, maybe Bishop D3 wasn't it. Wesley was so shocked by this 95. Didn't have time to adjust.
But I mean, he had 50 minutes. There was no reason to rush if Hikaru mixes up something. Wow. The players are very nervous, and I think their attention was carried away with the bidding procedure.
Yeah, they both blitzed out. One slightly unfortunate move here. How it can begin. 95. Hikaru learned this probably when he was like 6 years old, that you throw in Queen E7, Queen E2. Yeah, here after c4, where it's just supposed to be much better as far as I know. But now it's not so easy anymore. If you go c4 now, then there's knight b4 hitting the bishop. And if you take, I guess the bishop recaptures it. It's an ugly pawn structure, but black gains some time for development. So both guys are a little confused. And yeah,
Wow,
he takes d on the board.
And you see, yeah, ed6 on the board. This is what I don't like.
cd6.
Wow, cd6?
He wants to keep a structure intact, but that's very slow. And there's bishop e4 here. Short castle also looks good.
So many options.
He just doesn't want to play with the weak pawns under the circumstances. But it really felt like bishop d6 has to be done.
Yeah, bishop e4 is super tempting not to let black develop nicely with bishop e7.
I guess you just... you can't even give the pawn, yes? c4.
Yeah, c4 is coming.
No, we don't even take.
No. I mean, basically after bishop e4, bishop e6, also c4 comes.
Yeah, then black just doesn't get his piece out. Yeah, bishop e4 played. Technical point is queen e7 castles, and you cannot take on e4.
And this is now a terrible scenario for Hikaru because he needs to spend a lot of time to understand how he can kind of survive the next couple of moves without getting crushed.
He doesn't have time. He bid 8 minutes or whatever it was. 8 minutes, 2 seconds.
Wow.
This looks good for Wesley. Also took his time here, but that was correct. He had some time to spare. Bishop a6 played, trying to stop c4.
Well, but I mean, what happens if we now just collect the pawn with bishop takes d5, cd5, queen d5? Do we get checkmated or not? Because knight c3, bishop e3, long castle is still available.
Very much so. Also knight c3 directly is there to even do this.
But I somehow like my queen that I'm also setting some queen c6 checks. So you have to waste some tempo. You can't play very quick bishop e7 short castle. Yeah, okay, you're gonna go rook c8 and there is play, yeah.
Looks nice for white, of course. This king feels a little shaky, but...
I mean, you played the daring bishop f4. I thought like bishop east is the solid move. Yeah, he took on d5, and now it's the big question. Yeah, bishop d5, cd5. White has a lot of options here.
Compi gives queen d4, but that would be a shocking choice. Probably very strong as all Compi moves, but not easy to think of it. Threatening a check and stopping bishop e7.
Yeah.
Now Wesley takes.
Yeah, we'll play knight c3, just healthy, normal stuff. And after bishop e7, I'm expecting bishop e3 just so that in the future against bishop f6, we will always have bishop d4. I mean, for example, short castle, long castle, and bishop f6, I just play bishop d4. I don't go pawn hunting. That would be the ideal scenario. So bishop e7 on the board, and Wesley needs to make up his mind. And he has to take time. I mean, there is no reason to rush. He has 5 minutes time advantage. The position is great. He knows that, yeah, bishop e3 played. Objectively, he in a lot of trouble. He will need to put this bishop to c4. Bishop on c4.
Maybe ASAP here, force the queen back. Make some active move.
D5. Yes. You have to play this. And then basically also disrupt white's natural long castle option.
This is scary. Pure is of course not scared, but this is not how humans play.
Yeah, this is definitely not what you are aiming for. I mean, white wants to stabilize after bishop c4. Can we find a more stable square, or it does not?
Looks like the most stable square now.
Yeah, but it allows this queen a5 business. And if we go queen d2, queen a5 and try to be super smart with some f3, king f2, bishop d4 construction, then we give too much counterplay.
Yeah, I was also wondering. It's unclear if the king is so safe. No? Like you can still get some checks to soften you up a little. G3.
Yeah, but then bishop d4. I mean, this was the plan that we trade the dark square bishops, but we know that against computer it does not work. Then takes, bishop e6, look c4, and the counterplay comes immediately.
The king is never safe. So.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's done it. Bishop c4, queen a5.
On the board.
Feels like Wesley needed even more out of this. I know he's better. And maybe a3 is the normal way to play it.
But I mean, after a3 still it's risky to castle because then d5, bishop takes a3.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't feel nice. Well, look at this line.
Wow.
Not very relevant, but cute.
Yeah, those are the things that are a little bit nightmarish for white. Yeah, you feel like I have an advantage, but suddenly black gets counterplay. You need to spend a lot of time, and it isn't obvious that if you spend a lot of time, you will find the right way. You might
now Black's position is also much easier to play. Yeah, like you blitz out castles and then you adjust to whatever white does. Well, Wesley has to calculate all this nonsense: long castles, f3, a3, bishop d4, many moves.
Wow, we are getting the info. Wesley bid 829 and Hikaru 805.
Yeah, the times are getting lower and lower. Yes, soon it will be 2 minutes, 1 second. It's 2 minutes, 3 seconds. There's also
trying to hang on. Can I play? Yeah, bc and bishop d. No, here you can maybe. Yeah, here you get this regrouping. I saw that b3, bishop takes b3, but okay, we are happy with this endgame, yeah?
At least, yeah.
I mean, also a7 pawn is hanging. And what about bishop d4 first and then to go b3? But if we run into bishop g5, b3, bishop g5, yes.
Yeah.
Oi, this is dangerous. I mean, it might still be good, but it looks very scary.
Wesley taking a lot of time here.
Yeah, because b3 we would love to play, but hang on, bishop takes b3, c3, bishop f6 is a move or not? And then you have knight e4. You have knight e4. Very important. Yeah. Knight e4 works.
Good.
And also just to highlight that there is a first line by computer with long castles, bishop takes a2, queen d4, with a double attack on a7 and g7. And after short castle, queen takes a7, forces the queen traits, and it's apparently clearly better for white, but this is so hard to think of. Yeah, to give up the a2 pawn. If the bishop retreats, then queen a1 check is almost checkmate.
No one does this.
I mean, okay, you can find it, but even if you notice it, it's still very tough to convince yourself.
And even if you calculate everything perfectly, like, how sure are you? Okay, this looks nice.
Yeah, this is nice. I mean,
this
bishop gets to d4, rook to e1. So Wesley taking all his time. He knows that this is a very decisive moment. If a3 played.
Yeah, the most human move, but it's as you mentioned, it doesn't guarantee safety. Yeah, so it's curious what his next move will be. If d5 happens, for example.
Yeah, and Hikaru taking his time because there might be a big difference between starting d5 or short castle, d5 on the board. And look at this, after long castle, there is your idea, queen takes a3. This is exactly what you were mentioning, yeah. But we won't be seeing this.
Wesley will be trying to be stable. Computer says this move, which maybe you can do it to try to get this set up.
Yeah, but still...
Good nerves. Your king is still here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, this has become tricky for Wesley.
Yeah, and very much...
He's objectively better.
Very much Hikaru's territory also, all the tactics, all the possibilities. active play.
Yeah.
All to play for. I mean, unbelievable what I see the computer's first line. I mean, long castle, queen takes a3, queen d4. It can only happen if you blunder queen takes a3. That's the only way it can happen.
Yeah, then you step out of it.
And computer says it's good, but so tough.
So burning a lot of time here, understandably. That's a bad sign for him. Yeah, he spent a lot of time on a3, d5 comes, and he spends a lot of time again, but he's got knight d1. Yeah, he tries to set up his pieces harmoniously, but his king will remain in the center no matter what.
Yeah, bishop d4, castles, knight e3. Okay, but if afterwards you even get long castle in, then you will be super happy. Then you will be very pleased. I'm not sure if queen c7, maybe queen a6 eyeing the a3 pawn for long terms to discourage the long castle, because now white gets stability.
Still on castles coming out. Bishop e3 doesn't help. And yeah. Wesley may be happy again.
Yeah.
If there's no bishop b3 or nothing direct to hit him, what do you do here?
Yeah, bishop c3.
c3.
Yeah, bishop
move,
c3.
not good enough. Yeah.
I mean, knight cemento time again.
Oof.
Yeah, look at e8, king b1. Yeah, can you just secure your position? Yeah, and then. And he still has a 1 minute comfortable 1 minute time advantage. King b1 on the board.
This king is not so easy to checkmate over here, yeah, because white is also active. You don't have eternal time to bring the pieces.
Yeah, and just look at this beautiful bishop on d4.
Yeah, 1, 3 is there.
Also h4. Yeah, you start pushing your pawns. You start targeting. Yeah, bishop e3, fe3. I mean, you get this wonderful protected bishop on d4. Black will try to sit with rook e4.
Takes with the bishop.
Takes with the bishop, okay.
And h5, interesting. Stopping the white pawn from advancing. And a4, yeah, Hikaru.
Well, yeah,
preparing to set up a fortress, blocking all the white breaks. Then he will play f6, and yeah, he's quite stable again.
Yeah, bishop d4. Okay, he will be forced to play f6. If this bishop from c4 ever reaches the f5 square, yeah, that would be lovely, then putting pressure on the c2 pawn, but it will be very difficult. Wow, and Wesley just wants to trade over rooks.
Down.
Okay.
Does he want to get some endgame and then play b3 and try to queen a pawn? What's he doing?
Wow, but this is actually surprising. Very surprising to me.
Opposite color bishops, white a pawn up, but yeah. Black achieved a very, very sturdy construction. I have a feeling Hikaru might just save this.
Yeah,
the only real break left is b3, and he can control that. I would guess pure bishop endgames are a draw. So what do you do?
I'm a little bit surprised, yeah, because there was the option of just going for some kingside attack with some g4 push or whatever, and it's a must-win game for Wesley.
Yeah. I'm impressed with his move h5, which he played instantly. Just trying to stop the action here. Not sure I would have thought of this. Also, apparently, it's not even good. Yeah, but Wesley had to play more aggressively.
Exactly. I mean, rook g1, clearly queen d7 would have been played, yeah, to cover the g4 square. But, I mean, you have some ideas.
Yeah. Let's see what we got now. Queen on h3.
Hang on, but white has this because everything is protected. King c1, king d2, king c3. Going to c3 and then get a b3. You know, you can play b3 immediately.
Now you can
do this extravaganza, yeah?
Yeah, king c1 first. Queen e5, trying to stop b3 because of the check. Also stopping king d2. Yeah, Hikaru not making it easy. Queen e4, and you still can't go b3 because it gets taken. Very tough task now. Should be 3, queen e5 repeating.
Yeah, he needs to activate the queen. Queen d2, queen b5. He was.
Oh, and he offers the endgame.
Okay.
Hikaru refuses, but now the queen gets active. Queen a7.
And also this king d2, king c3. Yeah, this is very strong because with king c3, b3, it should be very unpleasant for black. Then everything is harmonious.
Your maneuver is coming.
Yeah, queen d7, king c3. I can just continue.
So they both thought the endgame was lost, yeah? Like maybe this the a pawn is too,
Yeah, because
too
if
strong.
then b3 is coming and you can't hang on. But now
So
b3
now b3
comes.
is happening.
So bishop b5, and then Hikaru will try to just sit like this. b3, bishop b5.
New fortress.
Not allowing any connected pass pawns, of course. Yeah, king
White
b4.
can make progress.
Yeah. Trying to activate them. Yeah, now it's very tough for Hikaru because it's so much easier for Wesley just to make very quick moves, improve the position. I mean, king b4 continues. If bishop c6, can we go king a5 or it's too much?
And now he goes bishop e2. Now you can take if you want to.
You can take.
He doesn't want to take. Goes
Wow.
back. Even here, his tight instincts still in play. But what's he doing? He was making all this progress. Now he goes back and he has to start all over again. Then he has to start worrying about three faults and all this nonsense.
Well, he feels that with b3 he has already done he has achieved everything what he wanted, and he wants to play as quickly as possible just to put.
But you're not flagging Hikaru, who has 2 minutes here. Like, you gotta make something happen. 84. Yeah, he didn't believe his king's adventures there. But now he.
I mean, he wants some f3, g4, and g5. Yeah, break the kingside construction. That's what he's playing for.
Sure.
f3, g4, and then g5.
I think he's just making moves. Queen e3. At some point, yeah, you also have to start thinking about the endgame, but probably the king is still too far. Yeah, Hikaru refuses. Bishop c5. Wesley just moving around, trying to maybe put Hikaru into some more time pressure that the moment he starts active operations, he also has the flagging option, and he's really committed to trying to exchange queens. Wow.
Wow,
It's
but now
allowed
ABC,
F3.
what a mistake.
What
ABC.
bad timing. And Hikaru, of course, spots these chances. The worst possible moment when the queen is here to enter. Oh, no, Wesley.
Yeah, he was too much into this flagging mode instead of just playing good chess.
Now it's all gone. Queen e2 hits the pawn, hits this pawn. Hikaru survives another one, it looks like. Oof, what a mistake. Maybe 5. We need to back. Interesting, Hikaru didn't touch this pawn, yeah? He could have. But now he's just so active and these pawns are going anywhere. Very hard to believe. White will get another chance. Queen f1.
Yeah, now black is perfectly fine.
Also, White is catching up on the clock, yeah, Hikaru. Okay. He's been one of the best blitz and bullet players in the world for, I don't know, 2 decades now. He's not in time trouble here.
Well, it's very, very difficult to make moves, yeah, with white at all.
Yeah.
Everything is loose. The c2 pawn, g3, f3 pawns, everything is falling. I mean, okay, this is... No, but when he started to come back with king c3, king b2, I mean...
It was a bad sign already, yeah. No, pawns are dropping. Yeah, White's just not better at all here. If you compare this to the position he had, oh. But what to do? He has to keep trying. Queen f5. Hikaru takes and king g6. Hikaru just never makes mistakes in these situations, or no grave mistakes. So it's hard to think of any hope.
Yeah, now black is
the
maybe
h pawn just runs.
yeah.
Yeah, White made 0 progress on the queen side and lost 2 pawns on the king side. Now Hikaru says, we can play the endgame. It's fine now.
Well, we can even argue that White did not
And
only
look
not
at
make
him.
any progress, he destroyed his own pawn structure.
Yeah. Hikaru, very, very confident, not nodding. Has Hikaru drawn every game in this tournament, by the way?
Well, now
No,
he
he beat
this.
Gukesh. No, yeah, draws
But
enough.
now he will win this. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Wesley Designs.
Congratulations to Hikaru Nakamura. Wins another Armageddon. Was on the brink, defending this horribly tough endgame. But in the end, he managed. Yeah, Wesley had achieved everything here, and somehow he didn't feel like following it up. Instead, thought, okay, let's play on the clock a little bit, which was also a legit strategy. He did nothing for like 20, 30 moves. But then the worst possible moment, after queen e8, he played f3. He decided to change the structure. And the problem is after ABCB, which is a move you want to play, runs into queen e2. And his king is too exposed. That's a straight perpetual. So he had to recapture with the king, but now he messed up his own pawns and black is super active, and he never got another chance. So tough break for Wesley, who, yeah, was close, both in the first rapid game and also in this one, because Hikaru, so forget, he mixed up moves on move 6 and got a very shaky position, also the CD6. Bad decision, according to Compy Boy. But in the end, once again, Hikaru Nakamura survives. And yeah, it's obviously not a coincidence if you do it every time. His resilience is just from another planet.
Yeah, that's true. But I still can't, I have this very strange feeling, that, okay, Wesley is knocked out of the tournament. Luckily, he qualifies to the big one, to Division 1 in the next event. But, basically, what happened here? Wesley was winning in the first game, was dominating. Second game was not played. Hikaru was just forcing a draw. And then there was a chance for Wesley to win this Armageddon game. And then he blunders like this away and presents to Hikaru. Of course, Hikaru was putting up great resistance, but he had all the chances to win today's match.
Yeah, but he keeps coming through. If he's in everybody's head. Maybe it's not just that. It's hard to say, but it's special what he's doing. And if it works, who are we to criticize? There's another Carlsen Nakamura final coming up. And this time, I was going to say it's the last one, but it's not even clear. If Nakamura wins the first final tomorrow, we get another final, right?
Exactly.
So Magnus has one free roll tomorrow.
But then already the second match is only of 2 games, yeah? So I think the less games, the better for Hikaru. It's a very tricky spot. So if you lose one match, then for example, Hikaru will be super confident and Magnus will be shaky. I think everything comes down to the very first match. It will be the decisive one.
So you're saying if Magnus loses the first match, he's going to lose the second one as well?
Well,
just to get on the record.
No, I don't say that he will lose, but then I would say that I would pick already Hikaru as the favorite.
Fair enough.
All these psychological issues, and also you feel like you lost the match. Yeah, okay, you can argue that then you feel like I still have another chance, but okay, it will be super interesting.
Yeah, can't wait. Tomorrow, same time, same place, 5 p.m. Central European time. We will get at least a 4-game rapid match between Carlsen and Nakamura this time for all the marbles. This was exciting. Congrats also to Wesley, who secured money, the Division 1 spot, and once again showed what a great player is. No surprise there. And more Carlsen Nakamura tomorrow. See you then.
See you. Bye-bye.
It doesn't look like much, but neither would a Sicilian defense to the untrained eye. This is a performance enhancer. You don't see it? How about now? Manage your air quality, sharpen your performance, change the game with Airthings.